Yeah, Aisha's bit is really funny. He definitely got it in him.
He's a really talented young man. I'll say that. From what I've seen. Oh, this is real.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this really happened. What a fucking legend.
See, chat, he not picking up,
He's
bro.
calling KSI.
See, chat, he not picking up.
Wait, it says members. Wait, he has 18,000 members? He's got to have more than that, right? Or is that like just...
That might be a goal for like a month or something.
Does that mean it's total? There's no way, right? I mean, his fans are all 5-year-olds.
It's probably a sub goal. Or member goal in this case.
It's hard to say, honestly. I don't know.
Because he 32 million, that's his sub count.
I know he got 500,000 subscribers in one stream a couple weeks back.
Yeah, there's zero chance that he only has
500K subscribers.
In one stream?
Yeah, he tweeted about it. I'll try to find it.
500,000?
Here, check this shit out.
Oh, is it because he did this huge IRL stream in Indonesia, and I think
500,000 members in one stream?
Yeah.
No, not members, subscribers.
Subscribers.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about members.
Oh, yeah, no, that would be fucking
I was like,
insane.
sorry?
Yeah, no,
No, I know his...
It's still insane.
His sub count is crazy.
Yeah.
But speaking of a lot of subscribers, there's a new top dog on Twitch that has like a crazy amount of subs.
Oh, yeah. And didn't he just have like a regular ass name?
It's a, what's it called when they have those
like
little...
Jason or something?
Jason.
Iron Mouse.
Oh, you're talking about Iron
260,000
Mouse.
subscribers.
Okay, yeah.
How long till this guy comes out? He's been fucking kids or something.
Right.
Yeah, he's one of those anime things. I think.
VTuber.
VTuber, right? Yeah.
By the way, this Twitch CEO, Mike Clancy, that dude is creepy and weird.
Yeah.
He is such a weird fucking
Dan Clancy, right? Isn't that his name? I don't think it's Mike.
He is such a fucking...
I think you're right. I think it's Dan.
Dan Clancy.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
Why is he even the CEO of Twitch to begin with? Like, what are they doing? He gives libertarian, in the worst way possible. You know what I mean by that? Libertarian.
I do.
Like, he lives on his own ranch and he makes his own rules and he has his own guests.
You see when he body slammed that one girl?
Yeah. Yeah, you saw that, right, Ethan?
No, pull it up. You know who he reminds me of, just physically speaking, and not to compare them in any serious way, other than the physical resemblance. No claims about anything he's done. Would be.
Where are you going with this?
I'm just saying there's a really striking resemblance. That's a reenact. That's not him. Yeah. See that?
Sure.
Right.
I'm telling you, dude. There's
a bit of a stretch.
Now, again, I don't know if he fucks kids, right? I don't.
Yeah.
But something happens to you when you do, and you start to look like this, whatever this is.
Like a snake.
You look like a clown under someone's
like
bed.
A snake.
Jimmy smells like a poltergeist ghost. Yeah, I don't know if Dan does that. I have no information. One way or the other. Oh, somebody's eating him. That's the only way you get KSI to eat one of those lunch garbage cans, because he's frozen solid and can't move.
Yeah.
Dan Clancy.
Just sent that clip I talked about.
You know he's a libertarian, though.
I mean, I don't actually know that. It was a funny joke, though.
Nah, he is. I heard. I know for sure it's a fact number.
Okay.
I can't stand that.
Did you send that clip, Love?
Yeah, I did. Oh, well, we've talked about a couple, but
here is the CEO.
The flipping.
Dan Clancy.
All right, guys.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not a trained professional. Don't try this at home.
Oh, God.
Oopsie. That's so
He
embarrassing.
just tossed her ass on the ground.
He is so Rizless.
Look at him just standing there.
Like, genuinely, what do you guys think this guy does for fun? Like, be real about it.
Only red flags.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The man is a walking red flag. Everything about him is bad.
Pile drive her ass.
The way he just stands still afterwards, too.
Let's see, one more time. Let's watch this.
I mean, even the job itself.
Kind of true. Then just the way that Twitch is run, like so fucking weird and bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, the shit runs downstream. Who's making the turds? Dan Clancy.
Team deathmatch. All operatives, you're clear to engage.
What's with these guys where they become billionaires too? And they're like,
The lead.
no wait, what the fuck is this guy's face made of sandpaper?
He's looking crusty, bro.
What the hell is this photo?
He is encrusted.
Is this man made of sand?
He's covered in panko.
What the fuck, man? He used to look like this, and now when he got money, he turned into a pedophile cowboy. Why did he do that? No offense, of course. I don't know.
Zero information.
Well, no, full offense, but I don't know.
Why do they all wear cowboy hats? Like, I've seen Elon Musk wear one now.
Dude,
I see
it's a
him
signal.
wearing one.
They're signaling to each other.
Oh no. Because I was just starting to like mine, but now I don't know if I can wear it.
It means something to
It
them.
means something, yeah.
I think it's signaling. What is the adrenochrome? What is the thing, the baby blood?
Yeah, drink them.
It's adrenochrome drinkers.
Yeah. Speaking of, please
Sorry.
feel free to subscribe to us with Prime on our Twitch channel 24/7. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Was this guy always the CEO? Like, what's his deal?
Where did he come
recently.
from?
Yeah, where did he come from? Because I mean,
He
it's-
worked at something weird. I remember. It's like super irrelevant.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, he worked at NASA.
NASA? How the what? First of all, what's the relation? Second of all, what did he do for NASA?
I don't know. After working at NASA, he started working at Google Book Search.
Lame, stupid.
And
what a dumb
then-
job.
Something called Nextdoor. which I don't know.
Oh, that's an
Nextdoor
app.
is a big
That's
app.
a big app. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was vice president at right next door for a while. And then
Sounds
became-
like they
but-
did like a cheap hire, if I'm being honest. Sounds like they went cheap on the CEO. Vice president of Nextdoor, that's all your credentials you need to run to be CEO of Twitch? You know? Anyway, here's this.
Pick it up, bro.
I can't believe this is real. This is amazing.
JJKSI, my boy, was good.
I cannot believe this. This is
See,
amazing.
Look. I wanted to call you, right? Because look, I've been seeing look, I've been seeing all the people who been like, you know, like reacting to your song and shit, bro. Like, and look, you know me.
I know they've been clowning me.
Like, bro, like they been clowning me. So look, this is what we gonna do, all right, bro? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna react to the song while you on a phone call, all right, bro? Nah, and look, honest review, bro.
Well, I mean, the last
already
time
heard-
you reacted, you turned it off after 2 seconds.
I know, but I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna give it like a real full honest review. I reacted to it
Are
earlier.
you actually gonna be wasting my time like
No, bro. I'm gonna give it like a full, like I'm not gonna be trolling none of that. Like I'm about to give this like a real review, bro. So look, all right, then.
Cool.
Okay, let me go on YouTube. Let's search up. What is it? Sick of it. Okay,
Think of it, yeah.
Think of it. Okay, all right. Now, hey, look, I'm on your side, bro. You know, me and you go way back. I'm about to give you a like, bro. Just chill, bro.
Dude is
chill, my
18.
guy.
How far back can you go?
Bro, I'm not, bro. All right, bet, bro. You ready, man?
We're taking Charlie.
Yes, I'm ready. Let's do this, bro.
All right, chat. Let's hear a song, bro. Let's hear it, man. Let's do a KSI song without, you know, a chat like real.
Enemy securing
Dude,
Bravo.
K-Sai is really setting himself up for a death shot. Look at his face. Look at K-Sai. It's almost like a meme reaction clip.
I'm in my prime.
This is like
Okay, KSI. All right, KSI.
he's actually convincing.
Hey, the story goes. Come on. Damn, KSI, okay. Oh, proud, baby, bravo. Oh my God, bravo. Oh, he's sticking By the way, here it comes. Come on, here we go. shit. His soul. Turn that trash in. I'm sick of hearing that goddamn soul. I'm sick of hearing that.
Losing Alpha.
I'm sick of hearing that damn soul every damn day. Turn that shit off.
Holy fuck.
Hostile
Dude.
eliminated.
Holy shit.
Enemy holds every objective
I can't tell. So is KSI angry or is he like, I got? The face, the smile goes off. He bailed. I gotta say, once again,
Charlie.
he sold that so good.
He really did.
He did amazing.
Enemy securing Charlie. Alpha secure. The enemy took Charlie.
This shit.
Taking Bravo.
His soul. Turn that trash in. I'm sick of hearing that goddamn soul.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck, man. That is so damn fun.
Losing Alpha.
By the way, that Prime that Asher Speed brought up, that's actually his brand or flavor of Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in deep with
Oh,
Prime.
okay.
Yeah.
Securing objective
Oh,
Charlie.
yeah, someone was like, KSI, I'm so happy you finally found someone that likes this line.
Now we're even.
Hostiles hold every objective. Take them
Oh, the
back.
thick of it is on Genius. Let's do some analysis here.
Objective Charlie secure.
You know, we never finished even, we have so much to do, like we never did the horror games.
We did nothing.
Next week we gotta just catch up on everything.
Literally, we all scrambled around this
We have
morning
the
and went to like
piñata.
Check it
gotta be
out.
ready.
stores and
We have
got all
literally-
kinds of shit.
So many pinatas.
Securing
The
objective
Nintendo.
Bravo.
Listen, this is true.
On Nintendo.
Listen, can I
Look
be?
how cool it
Can
is.
I
That
speak
Pokemon
truly
on it.
something like that's very true in the world? To be this loosey-goosey and silly and off script, you actually have to be mega prepared.
Alpha.
It's like you got to know the rules before you break them. I'm being real. All this wonderful work, we're ready, but we gotta, and we're ready to go.
Look
No matter,
how cool that is.
Nice, so cool.
no matter which direction we're taking it, we can go there.
I wish I was a kid and played that.
Here's what we're gonna do. Do we have anything planned on Monday, Ian?
Not at the moment, nothing concrete.
So we have to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here was what we're gonna do: boys and girls night. Cause
No.
Wait,
well, hold on. The
you
horror
guys
game.
had so much fun. Whether you want to do it again.
But wait, we haven't done boys' night though.
So what was the
This
horror
is
game? Was that
boys'
girls'
night.
night or what was that?
Look at the chat.
Oh.
Oh.
Is that time sensitive?
The enemy is gaining.
The-
All objectives
Mine,
are in friendly
not
hands.
really.
When did this happen? The story.
Like last week. So Wednesday would be fine for the story, but
Let's do it on Wednesday.
Enemy took Charlie.
Monday's easy because then we can have a weekend and we're all
Fun.
ready on Monday.
I love that.
So we'll do the horror game that I never did. You have to come on Monday.
Look at the
It got buried. The other
There was no horror game played for today. It was CSGO.
No, yes, yes, no. We're gonna do all that too on Monday. Oh, okay. So we don't need to do that, but we have a lot of boys.
We have all kinds of other stuff to do.
taking effective
Monday is
fire.
Columbus Day. Are you guys working?
Am I celebrating the genocide of the natives?
They changed it to
Indigenous
fresh one.
Peoples Day.
Honestly, much better.
Yeah. Shout out.
I could take a day off.
We fuck with the indigenous peoples.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Well, I mean, fuck with in the good sense. We don't fuck.
No, we fucked them.
No.
And with them. No, we fucked them.
Are you tight with them or not?
Securing objective Bravo.
Like in the angry way or like in the
I don't know. I'm
Every
throwing a lot of
objective.
money at their
Take
casino.
them back. Objective Bravo secure.
Not a
Securing
joke.
objective
So
Alpha.
Monday there's a show.
Enemies taking
Lost a lot of
Bravo.
money.
Oh, so it is a holiday, but I mean, let's do the show. This was such a weird week. Let's just do the show on Monday. We got a lot to do.
It was
Objective Bravo.
very odd schedule.
But also, we still have time left. It's only 3:50.
Enemies taking Alpha.
Yeah, I mean, we have about a half hour left.
Securing
So
objective
what should we do?
Charlie.
We can pick
We're taking
something.
Bravo.
We have a ton of stuff at the top. By the way,
Here, something very important.
Rebecca
we
Black
didn't get
tweets.
to yesterday.
Hold on, Rebecca Black tweets, just to put a cap on
I
it.
want to see what she said.
KSI is hoping.
If the whole thing was different, it would be better, right? Fantastic. This was literally my top comment. If anything, it's actually the most liked comment on the fucking music video. It's got more likes than my actual music. A comment. 202,000 likes on this comment. Why are you liking the video? I know, this is crazy. Well, I'm getting the same treatment as Rebecca Black when she released Friday. But my music is good. If the whole thing...
Is that like when I'm talking about poker?
Actually, Rebecca Black's song was way better.
Similar vibes.
It's like Tim Pool trying to explain why he's single.
I appreciate the self-awareness though that he lacked.
I think he's kidding.
Yeah, he's somewhat kidding, and you know, the fact that he's just like addressing it instead of just like pretending that it's awesome and everybody loves it, is somewhat admirable. Like, taking a head on.
Well, anyway, Rebecca Black responded. She put the headstone on his grave. Bro, KSI, don't worry, my shoulder is always available to cry on.
All objectives are secured.
Girl,
Damn good work,
you
Charlie.
didn't have to slay, but you
We're
did.
losing Alpha. Objective Charlie is compromised.
Why did the banger? It's true.
Let's not rewrite history.
Oh, no, we will. It is very good. Have you been to a party recently and they play it?
Bravo.
Have you been to a party
I haven't
recently?
been to a
been to
party
any
recently
party.
where they played Rebecca Black's Friday.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
have.
I do
I really
want to
have.
rewrite history, Dan. A history where you're not such a hater all the fucking time.
Contact.
Where you were kissed more by your mummy.
Listen, Rebecca Black, she was lovely. She came in. She was awesome. The whole story is interesting, and the music that she makes now is, you know, very cool and very artistic and expressive. We don't have to pretend like the Patrice Wilson song is a bang. It's not.
No, but it was so iconically.
It was a cultural.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, no, it was a meme. It was funny.
Four-day
It was
fort.
funny, but it's a bad song. Bad song.
But it's
That's why it's
better
fun.
in that regard than KSI's song.
We're losing
Where's my
Charlie.
queen? Here's my crown. I'm underground.
I'm running around.
I'm running around. I like to
Like,
eat.
it's
I like
Friday.
Uncle Crown.
Yeah.
It's Friday. I might be singing maybe once a month on the actual Friday. Still, years later.
She remixed it a few years ago, and it's very good.
Right.
The remix version. Oh yeah, she like redid it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, fair enough.
So honestly, KSI is not even on that level. At this point.
No, definitely not. She's been redeemed. You know what I mean? But to be redeemed, you have to have
You have to accept
a low point.
in your head.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, there was a low
Exactly
point.
what I was going for. And speaking of which, we should look at Goose and Gas number 6.
Mission
Should we do a
failed.
segment
Return
where
to
we just
base.
get baptized?
No.
Just to see if we feel the Holy Spirit?
Sure.
Just for real, like not even a joke. Let's get a priest. Let's get one of these youth pastors to fuck kids.
Yeah.
Not because they do that, but because they're famous. Because they all fuck kids, let's be real. Just get a youth pastor.
Not that exciting.
And
I've been baptized.
You have, so
I
then
have as well.
you've been baptized?
I have been baptized.
got a
I've
bap
also
smear?
been communionized.
Unionized?
Ab
Yes.
smear is crazy, dude.
No, a check and check. Literally, I got both.
Because I just wonder, you know, what's all the hubbub about?
Yeah, for both. Both aren't even that fun.
Because I've seen adults get baptized
What
and they're like,
happened?
oh.
I want to
Well,
get
I was a baby, but they
unbaptized.
Oh, you were a
in
baby.
water.
How do you get unbaptized?
I don't know. Maybe they can figure it out.
Dipped in a pool of
Unholy
of soda,
water.
Mustard.
of diet of Coke Zero.
Right.
Pig blood.
Not funny.
No.
Quite a scene though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get baptized.
Why?
Just to want to see if God's there.
Are you a Jew?
He's not.
No, I'm Jewish. But I don't think it's gonna stick, Zach.
You won't feel the Holy
I'm like Teflon.
Because we killed that guy, you know.
Well, he had it coming, but he wanted it too.
Yeah.
He literally wanted it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to say that. Jesus literally wanted to be killed.
And he was one of us, so like, you know, no harm, no foul.
Maybe y'all should stop talking about this.
Yeah.
What am I? I'm sorry. Am I factually wrong about something?
A few things, and also it's just really offensive to probably a lot of people.
Fuck Jesus.
Since when was that a concern?
Do you want eat the body of Christ and drink his blood?
Yeah. I've always wanted to.
We could do that.
A little wafer cracker and some Manischewitz.
No, it's wine.
What do you think Manischewitz is?
Oh, I don't know.
You think it's Jew wine? Like that's different or something?
It is different.
It's wine.
Yeah, I know.
It's alcohol made
bad
of
wine.
fucking grape juice.
Swapping mags.
It is.
That's fair.
It's terrible.
No, it's so good. It's so sweet and delicious. Yeah, my friends
What
and I would
the
drink it at
fuck?
school sometimes. She would bring it from home. It was so good.
We've lost the lead.
That's a first.
I don't think anyone has ever said that.
Me and all my besties, we all shared
Sam
it.
checks out.
It's a dip
Loading
wine.
fresh mag.
Dip shit in it. That's
And I
it.
drank it.
I
It was so
genuinely
good.
want to get baptized for the lulz.
How about you get a vasectomy and get baptized at the same time?
In the river.
Yeah.
I want to get baptized in a river.
And a prostate exam.
Actually,
That's
I'd
like
do
the,
it. If we could set it up, I'd
that's
do
like,
it. I'd
like
do
the
it.
ghost.
What if the guy baptizing me is also performing a colon check,
Talk about Holy Trinity, bro.
fingering my ass? He has to finger up my ass while he's dunking me in the water. I'd do that.
See if you can get some holy water up
It's
there.
free.
Changing mag.
Yeah, I got some holy water.
You should see if Russell Brand will do it.
Drop their sniper.
Probably would if I was like, for real though, I found Jesus and I want to be part of Daily Wire. He'd be like, I'll dunk you.
In his underwear.
Dunk the Chino. I need Al Pacino to dunk me.
Al Pacino specifically?
Dunk the Chino.
Oh, I see.
Do you think
Swapping
what
mag.
if we got like a excavator, and I'm not doing like a David joke, but if I was suspended from an excavator and I had some kind of like angel suit on, naked with angel wings, and I got dipped slowly into the river and then raised back
Angels threw her down and made sure she was not
where I can, and then crucified.
what?
Because I'm like this.
Dude, how much soma
boys'
did you
final
take,
night.
dude?
Too much. Back then. I took a lot back then. I don't think it's ever worn off.
What's going on right now? Are you good?
Boys' night.
I got ideas, man. Tell me they're bad. Tell me they're bad ideas.
It's a little Ricky Gervais from 2013.
I'm not making an atheist statement.
It's getting an edgy atheist.
Dude.
It's not my intent. I don't want to give that. I'm bi-curious. I'm bi-curious. I'm bi-curious, I mean I'm Jewish, but I also want to get dumped.
Right.
Bible curious.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine dunking in another kind of liquid like Mountain Dew.
No, I think a Christian, I am not Christian, but I think a Christian would tell you that if you have to like have proper intent, otherwise it's not going to do anything. You're not gonna get dunked and then just suddenly have a revelation.
I think they'll tell you, try it and see if you feel the vibe.
Yeah.
I mean,
feel God's vibe.
There's a lot of different Christians out there. Maybe there's one that would be down.
Can I get baptized?
I'm down with that. I'm sure.
Maybe one. Can I get baptized in Mountain Dew?
Someone said, is there a gas leak in the studio today?
Baptism involves use of water.
Something is in the air.
While it's an interesting idea to use something like Mountain Dew, most religious institutions will likely not consider it appropriate or valid. If you're just joking around or thinking creative, bitch, who told you I was kidding?
It doesn't add up in my head.
I think it's because Ethan had like regular Mountain Dew instead of sugar-free.
Sugar-free.
I know, but you had some regular
You had a
kind.
sip. You know, a little bit of a sugar high. You're feeling a little silly. Feeling a little silly.
Your mom said no sugar.
I can't stop yawning now.
All right, what are we doing here? So I can't get baptized. Okay, fine. You guys are fucking lame.
And it's not because I'm bored, but because Sonny woke up at 5.
Okay. Let's go to the top.
No, let's go to Goose and Gas, number 6.
That's what I mean.
That's on the top.
Loading fresh mag.
It's literally the top. Goose and gas station.
It's number 6. There's 5 things above it.
Wow, that's 10. Am I wrong? An animator was messing around telling me an opinion on a cross. Yeah, okay.
It felt like it tied in with the conversation.
You're right, it does tie.
Yeah.
you scroll away from this video, then what are you doing? You see an animator depicted a minion dying on the cross. I mean, complete with a crowd.
Have you heard the story behind this picture? Well, it's unbelievable. You should watch this to the end. There was this animator, and he was messing around one day when he suddenly created a minion, and the minion died on the cross.
You need to see this. This animator was messing around and he decided to create a minion that was being crucified just like Jesus.
Check this image out. Someone created a minion who died on the cross. You can see that.
This is just so amazing. You see, there was this animator who decided to make an illustration of how Jesus died on the cross for you and for me. He decided to make this minion hanging on.
If you scroll away from this video, then what are you doing? Look. There was this animator, right, and he was messing around one day when he suddenly created a
What you did
minion.
personally.
Scroll away from this video.
Loading
then
fresh
what are you
mag.
doing?
It's great. I mean, it's very high level irony.
That could be your own.
Someone made the image.
Yeah.
Probably even with AI. I
Checking
don't
round.
fucking know. And they just got a bunch of people from Fiverr to do fake TikToks.
Oh, is that okay? That's an interesting theory.
No, that's.
I've seen a
definitely
few theories. I've seen the theory that they're all deep fakes and being run by like one account, and that's why they all have kind of the similar.
I think they're real. They're just Fiverr guys. Because back when I was doing Major League what was that called? That editing
Loading fresh mag.
montage parody.
MLG.
Yeah, we were making all the MLG edits.
Yeah.
It was popular to do that, to go out to Fiverr and just get people to do random.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I think.
So another theory that was presented in the comments there that I thought sounded plausible was that there's these sort of scammy services like teach you like a course, teach you how to be an influencer kind of thing.
Yeah.
And specifically a Christian
Requesting recon
influencer.
flyover.
And they provide you with like scripts and assets and stuff.
Under
And
fire.
you know, supposedly to make the type of content that's gonna go viral. And that's why they're all like kind of saying the same thing. And even like the exact same thing with certain lines, but other parts they're kind of like improving on it a little bit.
The reason they're saying the same thing is because he sent the same script to everyone.
Right.
Check this image out.
Check this image out.
Check this image
You see
out.
an animator depicted a minion dying on the cross. I mean, complete with a crowd.
Have you heard the story?
The reason I don't think it's Fiverr, by the
Well,
way,
it's
is I did
unbelievable.
find some of these people's accounts, and they are like Christian accounts that have lots of videos.
But they're all Christian accounts?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I only checked a couple, but yes.
How many
Check this image out.
2, I believe. I can send you a link to one right now.
Check.
Yeah, I believe it. New Russell Brand tweet
Oh,
about
you don't want to
praying.
see it? You were just testing me?
I was testing you.
Okay.
Where's my king? Where's my bling? Here's my crown. Every time I call, people frown.
So true.
Russell Brown. I'm praying all over the place these days. It's amazing. Bro, put your dick away, you freak. This guy's sick, man. Didn't you learn your lesson by now?
For real.
Did you guys show him with the where he's like wearing a diaper?
Yeah.
Oh, that was what I...
That's what you're referencing?
Yeah, but did we watch that?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, he's great, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's great.
He got that's what I want.
He's
I
so
want to
good
get
at that.
baptized in a
Got it.
river.
I see.
Got it.
Check this image out.
There's a river in Israel that everyone likes to get baptized in. Which one is that? In
I don't know.
Israel.
I'm
It's-
Jewish.
To get
Yeah, no,
bap smeared in.
I know what you're talking about, though. And we watched a video of the dude from Entertainment Tonight getting baptized.
Jordan
there.
River.
Mario Lopez?
River. Yeah, it was Mario Lopez. Yeah, they all like to get baptized in the Jordan River.
Exactly, yeah, the Jordan River. I
Yeah.
want to go with Mario Lopez and Russell Brand. Doesn't this look fire?
Now, can you get baptized? Can you get circumcised in there?
Yeah.
I don't know. No.
2-in-1. They'll give you a deal.
Let's go desecrate the religion.
Yeah, that's why I'm like.
Dude,
Let's go throw a kegger.
what is going on?
Let's go throw a kegger there and just feel the vibe.
Oh boy.
Let's go get some floaties in the Dead Sea, dude.
Like, guys, look how serious they're making it. Like, where's God in all
guys
this?
would
They're in
It
a
is
line.
very serious to them.
No,
It's
but
very
why?
serious.
Okay,
Love
I
the Dead
understand.
Sea.
I understand, but why are they in a line like they're fucking waiting for Disneyland? Like, you get to swim around a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, feel the presence of God. Tread some water. You know what I mean? Throw the ball around a little
I
bit.
see.
It's
You
like
think
in and out, in and out.
It's
in
a
and
little
out.
too structured.
Smell the roses. Smell the
Yeah.
roses.
Maybe the rest of them could be playing Marco Polo.
Yes.
In and out.
Marco Polo, famously Catholic.
What were you saying,
Way to
Elo? This water
That
don't
you
look
guys
good.
would love the Dead Sea.
The Dead Sea is fun, yeah. I love
I've always wanted to go.
it. The Dead Sea's really fun.
That's where you float, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted.
The mud
And there's
is really cool.
the floor is mud, like kind of like, so people will cover their skin with it like a mask. Like it's really good,
like
for,
it's
your
good for your
skin.
skin.
It's better. People,
Just for
people
fun.
literally bottle and sell it.
So you literally just like grab it like that, piles of mud, and then like put it on. It's so fun.
Lay there and float.
So fun.
It's special. People sell that.
Yeah, I
It's
saw,
really nice.
I saw Tony did that.
Oh, right. Oh, I love this thing in Israel. Yeah.
Imagine if you had like a cut on the finger and burn
It burns
Oh
like
my god. Dude,
sometimes actually
That's what I'm wanting.
Semtex out.
pee hole.
Yeah. Mine too.
I
For the guys-
understood where that was going.
Yeah.
Sometimes your deck hole, when I went in there, would just burn. Like, you know, sometimes you get soap in it or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
You're
No,
gonna
but
plug
it's
that shit
fine.
up.
It's fine. It's like it goes away.
it's really a. If you get the water in your mouth, which you do, sometimes with glass house.
Changing mag.
Battery acid.
What causes the Dead Sea to have salt content?
Probably salt.
I don't know, but I mean, it's like the I know that it's the lowest
they are.
point, right? It's like
Sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to.
No.
There's lots of salt in the mountainside, and it's just been accumulating for a long, long time. Probably. That's what I assume. I can ask ChatGPT. Yeah, is it the lowest?
I think it's the lowest
The
point,
lowest point on Earth?
No.
or one of.
That's not in the ocean. From the rocks eroding the shore.
The lowest, not in the ocean. Lowest point on land.
I'm only.
Yeah, it is, Dan.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it
Point on
was.
Earth's land surface.
For some reason, I thought it was Death Valley here in California.
The shoreline of the Dead Sea is about
Oh, yeah, I thought that too,
430
Dan. Yeah.
meters below sea level, making it the lowest point
objective Bravo.
What is Death Valley? I know it's the hottest place on Earth. Maybe I'm just confusing that. Maybe it's the hottest place.
I think it's
There
the
they are.
That's for Zach. And for me.
Oh, it's the lowest point in North America. Big whoop. Big whoop.
The Dead Sea is so salty due to a combination of factors that have developed over millions of years. Lack of outflow. The Dead Sea is a terminal lake, meaning there's no natural outlet. Water flows into the premise of the Jordan River, but it doesn't flow out.
So then it
water
evaporates, and then the salt builds up. So it's the same as the Salt Lakes, right? Because it's the same situation.
Salt Lake has no outlet.
Yeah,
Salt Lake City.
exactly.
You know how deep the Salt Lake is? It always blows my mind. It's the deepest place. And there's
Tossing
like
Sam.
far, it's like insane.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's like fucking deep. Dude.
I thought there was that one in Serbia was the deepest.
I'm pretty sure it's one of the 3 Great Lakes.
Salt Lake is.
Taking rounds.
I'm afraid.
No, not Salt Lake. I was thinking of the Great Lakes. Not
Great Lakes, Michigan.
yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It is from Michigan, isn't it?
Which state?
Michigan.
High evaporation rates. The region around the Dead Sea is
Changing back.
extremely hot and dry, causing high rate evaporation. Yada yada. Mineral rich runoff. Water flow into the Dead Sea from the Jordan River picks up salts and minerals from the surrounding area. It sounds like it's a trifecta
Swapping mag.
of processes. There you go.
Need recon
Process led to the
overhead.
Dead Sea having a saline level of 33.7%, which is 10 times saltier than most oceans. Wow. Extreme salinity prevents life.
mag.
It says most life. There's life in that.
Redeployment
Most life from
set.
forming, hence the name Dead Sea. There's living shit in the Dead Sea.
Life finds a way. People are saying we should visit the Salton Sea. I've been there. I mean, it's cool to see. It's not something
Where is it?
great. It's not something that you like want to vacation at.
There
I
is,
guess you could say.
guys, there's good news. Halophiles, which are salt-loving microorganisms living in the Dead Sea. Algae.
Shout out.
Extremophiles. Can you be more specific?
have a micro.
That's it. Not a lot. A lot. Oh, here's Conan. Getting the mud down. Smart of him
Yeah.
not to do the face.
You would love doing it, Olivia.
That does look very fun.
There they are.
Yeah, it's nice.
Enemies
Fun.
taking Bravo.
So we have about 15 minutes left.
Where's my crown? Here's my crown. Turn my crown upside down.
Bravo is
Could we round out today with some super chats, perhaps?
Yes,
Look at that.
Real fast.
Okay.
Tesla? No.
No.
50 most influential influencers. Cody Co set. That's me. Russell Brand. Alright, go ahead, Dan.
With the chats?
Yeah.
All right.
The enemy holds 2 objectives.
She was just 17. Brando said, hey, girly, keep it going. Yeah, fuck it. How about you just do a bed? Do a bed. Yeah. We'll read the super chats to this. Brando said, hey, can I get a hey girly for a happy birthday for my friend Yemi? She's turning 23 and is a huge H3 fan. We've been together for 7 years and happy birthday, Yemi.
Congratulations.
And congrats. Let's see. Enter Chazman. We had a record number of tornado and tornado warnings in our area here in South Florida due to Hurricane Milton on Thursday. Just want to say thank you for the content.
Milton's such like an unintimidating man.
Checking ground.
Country.
What's a Milton gonna do?
Milton? Well, apparently.
Milton's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
Really? What's Milton gonna do?
You know, it's always the ones you least suspect. When they snap.
Son incoming.
Just want to say thank you for the content. It's a welcome to
Well, you're welcome.
things. Peace and love. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching.
Jasmine. Let's see. We have.
Sorry, this is so funny. An empath sensing me, an empath sensing hostility in the room.
Get them secure.
Oh, it's Jimmy sitting at the.
I'm sensing. Yeah. Speaking of Jimmy, this one is about Jimmy. Ratch. Hey guys, I'm the person who edited the picture for Jimmy that was showed yesterday that he sent.
Enemy securing Bravo.
You know what? This is
in the background of our wedding.
Yeah. Okay. Nice one.
I would love to talk about him. I can show proof if needed. Oh, so did you work for them or something? I mean, reach out, send an email.
Yeah, we're here for all Jimmy complaints.
Yeah. We're all ears for Jimmy complaints.
He's cooked.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if your hope is to convince us.
You identify. Is that Benadryl?
Yeah, I'll send you guys if you want to show it.
Okay.
Jimmy boiled the hot dog too long.
By the way, if you want to know how bad it is for Jimmy after yesterday's episode, he canceled his Pink's fanfare.
Fanfare is over, and I don't think fanfare is coming back.
That's bad. All right, better. How you identified?
Secret witness
1-800
hotline.
old pest.
This is boys' sleepover behavior.
We did not do that.
Well, we didn't get to the activities that we were planning. That'll be later. That'll be on Monday.
All right, Monday, stay tuned.
Wow.
You guys never toilet papered houses at sleepovers?
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Never.
Egged houses, prank call, all kinds of very stupid
You
stuff.
egged, Dan?
We used to egg people's houses, yeah.
That's fucking degenerate, dude.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You should have. Did you ever apologize to them?
You know, no. I never did.
It's not too late.
Never did.
never
I think it is
did.
too late.
Why, are they dead?
No, but I mean, the chances that people are still living in the same house 25 years later.
How do you know if you didn't check?
I suppose some people do. I wouldn't even know where to find it. It was just like random houses in the neighborhood. And not necessarily my neighborhood. It was like friends' neighborhoods and
You
stuff.
should go door to door.
I will say, not to shirk responsibility, not my idea.
Oh, please.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
I was just following orders.
Listen, I started it with I'm not shirking responsibility, but I'm
And then
making
you
it
shirked
clear
responsibility.
I was staying with a friend who thought that would be fun to go do, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, because I was fucking 12.
Did you throw the egg?
Yeah, 100%. Through many.
And so basically what? You switched the gas chamber lever, but it wasn't your fault.
What about I'm not shirking responsibility are you not getting?
Because you're saying it, but you say I'm not following. You said I'm just following orders.
Just because
You still threw the egg,
I am
Dan.
not.
You still
I
threw the
accept
fucking
that
egg.
fully. Accept that fully. This is a truth and reconciliation process. It's not about
you're making an excuse.
getting rid of blank. No, I'm not.
To Kyle, my friend's idea.
Heil Hitler.
There it is.
Move on.
There it is. The truth speaks.
I'm gonna move on.
Was this in the valley, Dan?
The truth speaks. Zach. Say it again.
I'll tell you, he's in the valley west of Topanga Canyon, around Satakoy-ish. So shout out to my valley family.
I'm gonna put up posters of you as a kid.
Yeah, you can do that. Was your house egged? Was your house egged in the year 2001? Please call this number.
I egged only one time.
Oh, you over here fucking...
I didn't say I didn't do it.
Passing aspirational meaningless.
I didn't say I didn't do it.
What the hell?
I went door to door and paid restitution. I did yard work.
Did you ever
off my time?
Did you ever leave like doggy doo-doo in a burning bag? Like that kind of shit? I never did anything that bad. That's way more fucked up than hanging out.
Well, let me tell you.
I made that out of you, dude.
Can I please? Like I wouldn't admit that. Here's the thing. We left it at someone's door, and then we came back, and it was just a flaming bag. It was just ash and shit. They never answered. So it didn't work.
Imagine you just burned down their house. Just caught fire some bushes next to it.
Probably deserved it.
Probably. Yeah, that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was like last month.
So, Zach sent me the picture of that when on lawn, and it's in my because it's on an iPhone. It's in my normal photos. So when I'm looking at photos of my nieces on that day, I randomly will scroll through shit all the time, and I forget about it. It takes me a second.
Funny. It's pretty funny.
All right, back.
Let's move it on. Let's see. California boy here listening to yesterday's podcast in the plane to Chicago this morning. Stayed up the whole damn time. Absolute wacky episode. Talking about yesterday. Yeah, that was
crazy wacky times.
That was crazy wacky times. This one's a $50 donation from Gaudy Loves Satan.
I didn't. Oh, whoa.
I'm running for Petty Fresh to my best friend's wedding next week. Picked up the Chanel bear pants and fuzzy bear bag from Mash. Now I'm buying a brown suit jacket and replacing buttons with Teddy bear faces. Please do formal clothing one day.
Oh, that's really cool. Wait, so you're changing the buttons? That's so cool.
Yeah. Full customization there. That's pretty sweet. We'll have a good time at the wedding. Danielle wanted to shell out some money for the fam just to say how grateful I am for defending women against creepy men. Special shouts out to Dan and Love. That's good. I think I can say for many women out there, your steadfast support was healing. That's very kind of you.
And it genuinely was. You guys, all of you, were awesome yesterday. I was telling my parents about it.
Love you, Max.
I didn't see that. I was listening to it, I didn't see it, but when I saw the way Jimmy looked with all that fresh Botox, I was like, oh shit, I thought this was like his big comeback.
He was
Told me went to the mortician.
Did you know that Che Guevara, was he the Cuban guy?
Well,
or was that Castro?
Castro was Cuban. Che, he was part of the Cuban Revolution. He wasn't Cuban himself.
Yeah, Che, the revolutionary, he once executed a 12-year-old for being too anti-revolutionary. Shot him in the face, bro.
Why did you bring that up?
I just want to remind people. I just saw it online. I saw something about
That was that Kid Cudi clip.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I gotta remind you, so weird. That was just me going through my photos of my nieces and seeing the shit randomly.
I just need to remind people because everybody's in the mood to simp for these psychotic fucking authoritarians that, yeah, Castro shoots kids in the face. Or no, Che. Thank you, Dan. Go ahead. I can keep going.
Choosing to be odd dog, please. GoldenEye is so Ethan coded. Yeah, I said the same thing. In fact, I said that last night. I sent him a screenshot of Odd Job and said Ethan is definitely going to pick this guy.
Diva engaged.
Shell Campbell, it's my 34th birthday today. Shout out to Nia, my friend and a coworker, for introducing me to the H3 family.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Still in the game.
JD, anchovy and pineapple pizza would be diabolical.
That I wouldn't. I don't fuck with anchovy.
Most places don't even do anchovies anymore.
The popper fish. That shit is so wild. It's not even like cut up like you would expect it to be edible. It's just a whole fucking fish.
I used to eat anchovy pizza. I didn't mind that.
Did you eat the whole fish or did you take a bite of half of it? You know what I mean? Would you bite half of the fish or did you take the whole thing in one bite?
The whole thing. I mean, on anchovy pizza, they put like a bunch of little pieces of it on there.
No, the ones that I've seen is just a whole fish, like this big.
That's weird. Most anchovy pizza I've never had is like little fillet pieces, chunks or whatever. Charlotte said, happy birthday. Wait, did I read this one? Well, happy birthday, Charlotte. You have the best name and birthday ever. Oh, okay. There's multiple Charlottes. That's.
I think this is pretty normal how it's the way that I've been used to. Just a whole fucking fish. That's gross. Like, what is wrong with you? The puffer fish. They look like centipedes.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, that like, that's
bro. That
how I
can't imagine a more disgusting looking fucking thing. Like that is the worst.
It was definitely a acquired taste. I don't know why I liked it, but I was able to get on board with it.
I mean, it might taste good.
They basically, I mean, have you actually had it? Have you had it?
No.
So all it really is that they're super salty. It's like having a ton of salt on your pizza, which like I like salt, so I guess that's why I kind of liked it.
I just think visually they could really work on it.
For sure.
Have you seen the curry banana pizza?
I have not seen
heard
the
about it.
banana pizza.
Yeah,
No.
it's a classic.
I've heard about it. I hate it. Look at this fucking kill me. Jeez. Now this is not boys' night, just for the record. This is so not boys' night.
That would ruin a boys' night.
Are you saying a crazy bad pizza would ruin a boys' night?
Ooh. This one is bad enough. This one is that bad.
Okay.
There's
So
levels.
the line of like incredible, it has to be so bad that it's good, and then there's a line that is wrong.
No, it's not good.
But you wanted you were like, boys' night would be amazing if you guys get really horrible, crazy pizza.
Not horrible, but crazy.
I'm trying to figure out.
The line of crazy is a lot of pineapple.
It's you know what? It's something I'll be thinking about over the weekend and maybe Monday when we do
Crazy
boys'
is
night.
not gross.
Secure the area.
But you said, I feel like you said gross.
I think it can be gross. It doesn't have to be gross.
I'm
The
gonna.
instructions were confused.
But there's gross and like, oh, I don't like this topping. And then there's like whole fishes on it.
I'm gonna make mock ups this weekend, and then I think I'm gonna find a really nice balance. I think AB did a wonderful job today. I'll try on my.
No, yeah,
Philip said, I can't believe I'm catching you live. I usually watch the VODs. I'm from Malta, and I'm currently vacationing in LA with plans to drive to Vegas later. Any recommendations for things to do in both cities?
Are you an employee of Jimmy? I'd recommend gambling.
Oh, it's 4:20. I want to go because I don't want to be late this Friday. Get the board. How long we been streaming for, bro?
3 hours and 27 minutes.
Don't gamble, kids.
Here's the deal.
Well, if you're finally visiting in Vegas, you probably want to gamble a little bit. Experience Vegas.
Here's the deal. The views on yesterday's episode are good, so thanks to Jimmy. Pretty exciting. By the way, I want to clarify. When I said I was trying to protect you, I meant that I was people stop. I was saying to Jimmy, I gave you an option. I gave you an out.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to intentionally ruin his life. Which is essentially what was basically happening there. I don't know if you guys understood the graph. His wife, his family, like there's a lot of consequences to hearing out Jimmy online, right? And I gave him the option to walk away to protect his family and his whole life essentially. And he stayed. So I was trying to give him that out. I was trying to protect his fucking everybody in his life, okay? I'm not trying to like fucking allow him to continue to like prey on people. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, you were confronting him privately about it and had been for months, which is again why it's so fucking insane that he showed up here, because the only communication that had happened with Jimmy for like 2 months with Ethan was him repeatedly confronting him about this shit. And then he had the gall to fucking walk in here. He's fucking.
I literally refuse to talk to him about anything other than that.
Yeah.
Nothing. Right? And when have I ever protected Jimmy? Be real. Every time he's fucked up, I hear his ass out on the show.
You know the interesting thing though? And I noticed when I watched it, he would have sat there and taken it, but the second his wife got it,
oh, yeah.
that was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Wait, is that what set him off? I think the revelation about our friend, that part really the fuck out. Because we were like, no, we couldn't like lie about it to his family. If it, you know what I mean? Like, we're like, no, that happened. Yeah. That happened, bro. I think that part freaked him out.
Yeah, the Mason shit he knew he could deny.
Because Mason has some incredible. Oh wait, he put out a video.
Mason?
Yeah, put out a video today. I was waiting.
It was
to
at
watch
the top of the dock. We never gone past number 2.
I was waiting to
dock.
watch it on the show.
We spent 3.5 hours running in circles here.
Hold on.
What do you even do today? What do we do?
We watch Abbott and Costello videos. We
I have no idea what we
ate
did.
some pizza. We drank some Mountain Dew.
We watched The Front Fell Off.
It's 5.5 minutes.
Who's in the back?
It's the video's 5.5 minutes, but the discussion is a 30-minute discussion afterwards. You know what I mean?
So we're gonna wait till Monday.
Well, we are.
You're the one that has to go.
To leave, yeah.
And I think I just had a few points to add to it. The first thing I would like to say is that I feel like it was he tried to make it seem like the only reason I'm exposing him is because he cut me off and then I'm butthurt or I'm mad that he would try to stop working with me, and so that's the reason why I'm exposing him, which is not the truth at all. I know Jarrell said I make a bag or whatever, I make a bunch of money, which is not true. The max I ever made was max $2,000 a month, and I have PayPal. I'll screenshot my PayPal. That's where he paid me.
I believe you. I don't think Jim. That's a lot for Jimmy.
Yeah. And well, I guess just to.
I don't
to stick up for Jarrell a little bit. You know, Jarrell was getting paid like $2 an hour, so maybe compared to him, he felt like Mason was getting taken care of. You know, but yeah,
for sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean that's probably what happened. Regardless, I don't have time, so we'll carry this over.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, good. I was able to send Jarrell money, so he doesn't have to starve to death. He showed me his bank account. This dude literally is starving.
Secure the
Like,
target area.
he has no money. I gave him food. I gave him a few bags of granola, and I sent him some money. This poor
Taking
kid.
rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that, you know, and this is in no way to defend Jimmy, but like, because he was here with Jimmy, that Jimmy was like providing meals and stuff, like taking him out to lunch and dinner. So like that's not like eating. But then after everything that happened, he didn't have Jimmy to do that anymore, so he just didn't have anything.
I don't know what happened to him.
With Jimmy?
Yeah, with their own things.
I don't know.
All I know is fanfare is over.
Fanfare is over. I think that's probably a bad sign.
Oh yeah.
Or a good sign, depending on how you look at it. It's a very good sign. Maybe Jimmy just went home. We're supposed to be here through the weekend, but he got to do everything else. He lost his filmer.
It's such a crazy fanfare. It's such a crazy journey with Jimmy. He's been through so much and like.
Yeah.
I hear it. It's cold. All right, everybody, listen. It's Friday. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Shout out.
I guess we will not be celebrating Indigenous People Day, even though we acknowledge them.
Well, we can
and we apologize. Dan specifically apologized.
I do.
Because his parents were on your privilege were on the Mayflower.
They were not. Both sides of my family immigrated
They were
here in the
pilgrims.
20th century.
They had blood on their hands.
Sorry, not true.
My family, no blood on their hands. No slaves, no Native Americans.
That's
Straight up, bloodless. I'm innocent.
Fantastic.
I'm in.
That's fantastic, man. That's it.
Dan too.
I don't know. Let me see your hands, Dan.
Hardpoint relocated.
Show me your hands.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
All right, listen. So we'll be here on Monday. Unlike everyone else who's taking the day off, who's unserious and undedicated, we will be here producing the highest possible content ever. We will have plans laid across the table, ready, and we'll do none of them. And that's the quality that we bring. It is. And again, to be a true artist, you have to learn the rules to break them. You know that. You're an artist. That's a real thing. That's what I strive to do every day. I'm an artist. And clearly, with the great respect and commendations of my crew, specifically Dan, who off camera tells me how much I mean to him and how much he respects me.
I'll tell you that on camera.
Sometimes. Go ahead.
Right now we gotta go.
So have a great weekend, everyone. We'll be back on Monday. I will love you. Come on, give me a kiss.
They are.
Requesting recon at this time.
So it's been a stressful week for me, but I do want to give you all a little update and say that I was able to stay in touch with my parents throughout most of Hurricane Milton, and luckily they are fine outside of being a little shaken up and going without power and dealing with some minimal damage and debris. They said that the second half of the storm, after the eye passed over, was way more intense than anything they'd been through and was way more violent than the first part, but they're fine. And the same can't be said for others in the state of Florida because the storm surge hit multiple areas, leaving them underwater, and the north side of the storm inundated towns away from the coast with torrential downpours and destructive winds. But nothing could compare to the tornadoes that spun off from the southeast side.
3 tornadoes at once, just all sitting on the coast.
It was crazy.
Like the horsemen of the apocalypse.
The tornadoes that were going across highways and hitting towns that were on the other side of the state, that was nuts. Those hit areas that were previously thought to be on the safer side of Milton's path. Regardless, it's been stressful, and I just want to start the episode out with some silly stuff this week before we get into more election coverage and stuff like that.
Also, we filmed this before the big Tesla robotaxi reveal, but we'll make sure to cover it on Weekly Weird News if there's anything worth talking about. There almost certainly will be, because Elon cannot appear in public without embarrassing himself in one way or another at this point.
Will Zaslav make an appearance? We'll see.
Yeah, so by the time this goes up, you know more than us. And I'm jealous. So feel free to talk about it in the comments. But let's start this episode out with a look at a growing trend online. The LinkedIn lunatics. Now, neither of us have had to suffer through the pain of LinkedIn in many, many years. Mine has not been updated in, I believe, 13 years. You can still find it. I don't know how to get rid of it. It's there.
I updated mine after we left Machinima, but that's the last time I looked at it.
Mine doesn't even include Machinima. It's a pre-Machinima artifact.
Amazing.
But yeah, that's thanks to you kind folks who watch and support our show. We don't have to deal with that crap. But we've witnessed some of the more miserable LinkedIn posts over the years. It's a fascinating parallel universe. Sometimes it's mutuals screen capping other mutuals who have turned into such corporate bootlickers that they're almost unrecognizable.
You know who you are if you still watch this show.
Yeah. You feel called out? Good. Some have just gone full crypto to the point where there's no coming back, and they're essentially locked into a never-ending attempt to hype up their friends and followers into thinking that another surge is right around the corner, guys. It's basically Amway for middle-aged white people. Some LinkedIn posts are so absurd that they make their way onto our timelines and various subreddits like r/LinkedIn Lunatic. And we'll get to some of those. But this week, we're pretty sure that we saw some posts that might never be topped.
Now, one such case is Ryan Salame. And I'm going to keep calling
Ryan Salami?
Because if I don't say salami, I'm going to fuck it up the other way. So it's salami. Sorry. And you deserve it if you looked at FTN. One such case is Ryan Salami, who had worked his way up from consulting and advisory firm Ernst & Young to become the chief of digital markets for cryptocurrency exchange FTX. You see where this is going. As you'll recall, FTX got in a little bit of trouble with the federal government.
Oh, did they?
Back.
What happened to Sam Bankman-Fried and Carolyn? Are they okay?
By a little bit of trouble, we mean that they went bankrupt after being exposed as one of the largest Ponzi schemes in history, which led to a federal investigation and the arrest of countless employees, including the company MWIII CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, and you guessed it, Chief of Digital Markets Ryan Salami. We don't really need to go over the whole FTX story, but suffice to say, nearly everyone that was heavily involved in the operations of that company has been facing or is already serving some serious jail time. Outside of his role at FTX, Ryan Salami had also decided to fund a conservative super PAC called American Green Federal Action, aimed at backing Republican candidates who, they say, would protect America's long-term economic and national security by advancing smart policy decisions now.
And those decisions start with, come on, cutting us a little slack.
Deregulating all that crypto nonsense.
Get Sam out of his cell and back in the boardroom,
A
baby.
couple of pardons would be nice.
Yeah. So, Ryan Salami.
Salame? What is it? Salam?
Ryan Gabagool pleaded guilty to violating campaign finance laws and operating an illegal money transmitting business just over 1 year ago. In addition to paying over $10 million in fines and restitution, Salami was sentenced to 7.5 years in federal prison for his role at FTX. And apparently this week he finally reported to prison. How does everybody know this? Not through some updated article in the New York Times or the Washington Post, but because of his actual verified LinkedIn profile, where he updated it to read as follows. Amidst a cheerful graphic featuring a bunch of cartoon people dancing around a cupcake with the phrase, starting a new position. Ryan Salami, previously co-CEO FDM, Digital Markets. I'm happy to share that I'm starting a new position as inmate at FCI Cumberland. And the FCI stands for Federal Correctional Institute. Sounds pretty prestigious to me.
Oh, FCI Cumberland? Oh, wow. I mean, my kids just went to Yale and Harvard on sports contracts, so that's pretty cool.
He must be a legacy. You gotta know a guy who knows a guy to get an FCI Cumberland.
That's a pretty big deal, and it's going to look great on your LinkedIn resume, Mr. Salami.
Honestly, going from LinkedIn to locked up for financial crimes is probably the pinnacle of that platform.
I mean, it has to be. And certainly not the first or the last person to go from LinkedIn to locked up. But one of the other issues with LinkedIn, though, is that it's absolutely filled with AI bots now, and of course, plenty of spam. Especially when the profile belongs to someone who's ever been involved with crypto. So the comment section of his post, it was generally supportive, without a shred of irony. Just a bunch of people who may or may not exist, typing out comments like, congratulations, wishing you luck in your new role. Congrats, confetti emojis. And probably the darkest of all, congrats, Ryan. I wish you many more years of celebration. Well deserved. From poster Bob Dickerman. And look, that might be a real name, but it's also very funny. And as far as this being a real post, it is. It's on his actual profile. This has been verified by numerous outlets. And also, Business Insider had previously pointed out that Ryan Salami, he has been doing the well-known tactic at this point, posting through it. He has been posting through it the entire time that he's been under investigation and facing trial. With one article earlier this year saying, as he awaits the start of his sentence, Salami is using his remaining weeks of freedom to post nonstop. The former FTX executive has returned to social media and re-entered the public discourse, weighing in on politics and crypto policy and joking about his future in prison. Since his May 28th sentencing, Salami has posted to X, formerly Twitter, more than 700 times, often dozens of times a day.
That's a prison of your own making. But I mean, I feel like...
How is he going to survive without access to X, the everything app, in prison?
It's kind of almost sad that this guy is so far down the grind set rabbit hole. Like, if I was sentenced to prison and had the 6 months or whatever before I was going to be locked up for several years, I would not be spending my day posting.
Well,
I'd be outside, and if I was Ryan Salami, I'd be down to the local deli trying out those meats for the last time in a while.
But that's the thing. That's just the thing, Elliot. Once he graduates from FCI Cumberland or whatever the fuck it is, Cumberland, he'll be able to post what I learned in my 7.5 years locked up as it relates to integrated marketing.
Yeah. That's the book right there. But since we're on the topic of LinkedIn lunatics, things have gotten so bad on that site that it has spawned plenty of its own memes, most of which deal with major life-altering events and how, instead of learning anything about themselves personally, they choose to parlay the experience into a bunch of corporate jargon that will impress their potential bosses. There's this classic post that has spawned countless variations in recent months. I proposed to my girlfriend this weekend. Here's what it taught me about B2B sales. God. Post continued, listing 7 things that somehow relate to his marriage proposal, but it starts with, like a well-run sales cycle, key milestones must be met throughout the relationship to ensure a closed-won status at the end. God, you're not human.
No.
We're not going to read the entire post, but yeah, rest assured, it's insane. And it follows with, follow me for more tips.
I don't think I will.
I hope his wife is into that kind of thing.
Well, we'll see how long that lasts.
One good side effect of this insanity is that some accounts have started to absolutely nail satirical versions of these types of posts. And we're not sure if this next one is real or satire, so we'll just show it first. Back in April, some dude named Tom updated his LinkedIn status to read as follows. I'm happy to share that I'm starting a new position as deceased at none. And his profile indeed reads, deceased, April 2024. Is that guy dead?
I think he's dead. Congratulations. Confetti emoji.
Officer down.
These next 2 are the best that we could find from one sole poster who has made it his mission to post the most unhinged shit on the LinkedIn timeline. So for a moment, let's sit back and enjoy a brief, very brief episode of LinkedIn Text Theater from a poster named Ken Cheng. I initially rejected a candidate's CV twice. However, when he applied a 3rd time, I decided to invite him for an interview. We offered him a role immediately after the interview. Why? Because I realized he was the brother to a mega famous pop star. Now, a year later, he's terrible at his job and costing the business a lot with his mistakes. But I get a VIP booth at his sister's concerts. Sometimes money and profit isn't everything. Status is also important.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be real.
That's why it's great satire.
Yeah, because, I mean, with these business guys, I mean, that is, status and appearances are just as important as actually shipping a good product.
The stuff I've seen posted on Twitter and on Reddit from LinkedIn would rival any brain-poisoned poster on any social media site. LinkedIn people are built different.
It's way worse. I'd rather be hanging out with 4chan basement dwellers than these LinkedIn freaks.
It's a surprise that anyone that posts on LinkedIn daily, if not hourly, gets anything done at their real jobs. So why would anyone want to hire anyone on LinkedIn?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's a more recent post and one that really caught our eye. Once again, from Ken Chang. I was giving a presentation to the whole office and it switched to another tab abruptly. It was porn. I was mortified. Many were sympathetic, laughed it off, and said it was just a mistake and I'm only human. I even got a few DM slides from employees who were intrigued about my habits, but I decided to keep things professional at work by not replying until I was at home. However, one employee, Jeff, came in to tell me he found it a bit inappropriate that I had a porn tab open at work. I fired Jeff immediately. I find being judgmental of others' innocent mistakes to be a major red flag, and it was a perfect way to root that out. The twist? I pulled up that porn tab on purpose. I wanted to weed out the prudes with their outdated don't look at porn at work moralism. I'd never make a rookie error like that. I've been watching porn at work for 20 years. Okay, I think Ken Chang's he's doing satire.
Yes,
that one,
obviously
that one went over the edge. The first one, but that one, I hope it's satire. Jesus.
Yeah, would never make a rookie mistake like that. And he weeded out people at the job. These are human mistakes.
Yeah.
Don't be so critical all the time.
In the age of woke, the age of Me Too, you got to be a little bit sly about weeding out the prudes.
That's right. But speaking of LinkedIn and how much of a nightmare that platform is, even outside of the typically cringe-inducing, though sometimes funny posts, it is yet another platform that is being exploited by AI in new and exciting ways. We all already mentioned the AI bot profiles when discussing the Salami Guy's career-changing post, but a recent article by 404 Media shows off one way that AI is working for the potential employees until everyone starts doing it, and it destroys countless HR departments by flooding them with applications. Now, the good news is they probably deserve it. And they're probably already using AI to sift through the candidates anyway.
They absolutely are.
So this is, again, just another example of robots shitting into each other's mouths while data centers consume endless supplies of water. Anyway, here's more on this new AI bot that streamlines the job application process for you. And in some cases, they claim to have applied to 2,843 jobs. Well, they just sat back and watched or just did anything else that is a far better use of their time, like eat breakfast or learn about B2B sales. That's business to business sales.
Yeah, B2B.
Taking
Machinima was an
effective fire!
MCM.
That's right.
We're not an MCN. We're an M2M.
What did that mean again? That when they switched to that?
Male to male. No, it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a word that
They made a
up.
big deal out of it, though. God, I mean, I think
media to media,
Enemy UAV active.
member to member. No, that's space docking.
I don't know. I experienced more than enough LinkedIn culture during that period of my life.
When one of the new CEOs took over, he made everyone in the company and bought everyone a copy of The Lean Startup. And that book might as well have been a dictionary of garbage jargon terms.
Yeah, I read about half of it. I was like, this is dumb. Is this like all this stuff's like really fucking obvious.
Yeah.
This is what business people, business leaders, like, this is what they're reading? Are they all stupid?
Yes, they are. Anyways, here's that article.
Before I put my laptop aside at the restaurant I'm working at, I open a terminal window, enter a single command, and hit enter. The server gives me my breakfast, and I push my laptop away as the bot springs to life, opening a Chrome window and navigating to LinkedIn. It starts scrolling through job listings and opens a few of them. I watch the bot find a job at a company called Alpha Lion and click Easy Apply. It enters my biographical information, generates a resume, and writes a cover letter. It tells Alpha Lion I am authorized to work in the United States, that I do not mind remote work and in fact prefer it, that I have not served in the military. It explains that I am particularly drawn to Alpha Lion's commitment to personal excellence and innovation in sports nutrition, and that I am looking forward to the opportunity to discuss how my skills and experiences align with the goals of Alpha Lion, and how I can help propel your video marketing efforts to new heights. It clicks apply. I take a bite of my toast.
Now it continues highlighting other applications and specific things that the bot wrote, which are very funny, and they went ahead and submitted that stuff for him. Before explaining how the bot all works, which reads in part, this is Auto Job Require AI Hawk, which is currently trending on GitHub and is one of the most popular new projects there. It is actively being used by thousands of people to use AI to automatically apply for jobs on LinkedIn at scale. It is essentially a Python program that navigates LinkedIn and uses an LLM, OpenAI's GPT products and Gemini both work, to generate custom cover letters and resumes based on a series of biographical details that a user codes into a script and tweaks them as necessary based on the job description and other information that the company has put over LinkedIn. It goes on to say that the bot isn't perfect, but also highlights a few testimonials that were posted by users in the project's Telegram chat.
Ran it overnight, applied to around 150 jobs. Got an HR call this morning, and I'm just getting started, lol. I'm gonna have it run 24/7, one user wrote. Planning to apply to thousands of jobs. This time I, the candidate, have the letter, not some random HR. I've been using the platform for a little over 3 months now, during which I applied to 2,843 roles, another user wrote. In that time, I've had 4 interviews, received 1 offer for a senior data engineer role at 85,000 pounds, and I'm awaiting feedback on another offer pending the results of a test.
How bleak is it that that person automatically applied for 3,000 jobs and got 4 callbacks?
Well, that's the thing is...
Taking effective fire!
And a lot of these companies just have job listings so that they appear to be open.
That's what I was about to say. That's another... Lean startup pro tip is, even if you're not hiring, always make it look like you're hiring.
Yeah.
Because that projects success. So yeah, I don't know the exact figure, but it's like at least half of all job listings online, there's no job. So I totally understand where everyone's coming from with just have the AI just mass apply to all these jobs, because this is so fucking pointless. Like, applying to almost 3,000 jobs and getting 4 interviews is insane.
It is. And aside from that, as we've been over with the bots talking to each other previously, this is another example of why AI fails in a spectacular way. Because now, with everything being automated, no one's talking to each other. No. It's just robots bouncing a ping pong ball back and forth.
Robots talking to robots. Yeah.
And meanwhile, just polluting and using up millions of gallons of water in the process.
Yeah, lots and lots of electricity, ruining the world, creating hurricanes. Very cool.
Anyways, yeah, go check out the full 404 Media article for so much more detail on this topic. Links are always down in the description in the area. Fantastic out there. But before we let go of big business and their bad ideas for the day and move on to the rest of the nonsense, let's check in with one of the biggest financial institutions, TD Bank, and see what they're up to. And surely it's nothing highly illegal or morally corrupt, right? TD Bank to pay $3 billion in historic money laundering settlement with the Justice Department.
Oh, banks aren't supposed to do that.
Ah, whoops. All right, well, here's the Associated Press with more on that. TD Bank will pay approximately $3 billion in a historic settlement with U.S. authorities who said Thursday that the financial institution's lax practices allowed significant money laundering over multiple years. Canada-based TD Bank pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit money laundering, the largest bank in U.S. history to do so, Attorney General Merrick Garland said. TD Bank created an environment that allowed financial crime to flourish, Garland said. By making its services convenient for criminals, it became one. High-level executives were alerted to serious problems with the bank's anti-money laundering program, but failed to correct them as employees openly joked about how easy it seemed to be for criminals to launder money there, Garland said.
What does the TD stand for? Totally Dirty Bank?
I guess so, Elliot.
That's probably what it is. They should have just looked at the name.
Yeah.
It continues. The bank is the 10th largest in the United States, and its CEO said the company takes full responsibility and has been cooperating with the investigation. The Justice Department said the bank allowed at least 3 different money laundering networks to move a total of $670 million through TD Bank accounts over a period of several years. The institution became the bank of choice for multiple criminals and money laundering organizations, authorities said. From fentanyl and narcotics trafficking to terrorist financing and human trafficking, TD Bank's chronic failures provided fertile ground for a host of illicit activity to penetrate our financial system, said Deputy Secretary of the Treasury Wally Adeyemo. In one case, a man moved more than $470 million in drug proceeds and other illicit funds through TD Bank branches, bribing employees with more than $57,000 in gift cards. He chose TD Bank because it had the most permissive policy, more than once depositing more than $1 million in cash in a single day, and then moving the funds out of the bank with checks or wire transfers, Garland said. Yeah, that's a lot of money. All bills, huh?
Yeah.
Well, not enough where it came from.
You got that $250 Best Buy card, right?
We're a bank. We're not your mom. Hand it over.
Not gonna ask anything?
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
We're
Jesus.
playing on the same team.
Anyways, before we get to the back half of this show, let's take a second to pay the bills before we have to find alternative sources of income as well. Luckily, today's episode is sponsored by 2 of our most loyal brands, starting with Manscaped, the global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. Every man knows the unbeatable feeling of a fresh barbershop shave. Now, what if I told you that you no longer have to wait weeks or even months between appointments to experience it? Introducing Manscaped's newest innovation, the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver, the game-changing tool that brings the luxury of a professional shave right into your home. Whether you're after that daily silky smooth finish or prefer to maintain a rugged 5 o'clock shadow, the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver is your go-to for precision and style every time. Head over to manscaped.com and join the over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using code NEWSDUMP for 20% off plus free shipping.
I use the Chairman today on my neck and my cheeks. This is a
YouTube, how freaking doing? Hey guys, Decoy here, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, and welcome back to some more Fragpunk. It's not often that I actually do a double upload, but I'm genuinely having so much fun on this game right now that I just wanted to go ahead and hop on, record another video, because I figured some stuff out. I've evolved a little bit. I've stepped my game up, brother man. So right off the rip, the biggest issue that I was having with this game is that controller felt really, really weird to play on, but there's something that I ended up actually figuring out that I just want to showcase a little bit here, just in case you happen to be also somebody that plays on controller and it's feeling a little bit weird. So right off the rip, you can see when I do like a circle on my joystick, it's pretty smooth, right? But by default, you have this setting on. If you go over to your sensitivity, turning extra yaw and extra pitch are set to 1. Now, if I go ahead and I set these to 1, which is I'm pretty sure the default, now when I do a circle, it's like it's very jumpy. It almost feels like I'm actually doing a square instead of a circle. But turning this one setting completely off, dude, it feels so much better now. It's actually night and day. Same with another thing that you definitely want to tweak with is your view input curve. The higher you have it, the more stiffer it is. But if you have it too low, it's just, I mean, dude, look what happens if you set it to 1. It just starts bouncing around. Like I'm barely touching the stick. I don't know what type of fucking Tourette's my character now has, but holy shit. But for me, 1.7, 1.8 tends to be where it feels the best. You can technically go in and start messing with like the point kiss cards. Gone. where cards, they're not quite exactly the same as just playing with the regular mode, but you actually got to go ahead and choose them, and then throughout the game you earn them. There's one that gives you a dash, but just like right now there's no way to customize how the dash works or like what your keybinds or button bindings are for it, so it's like really weird for me. I gotta click A and Y at the same time, and it's just like it's not fluid enough to make a dash.
Seems a little slow.
A damn good foil shaver. Telling you. So what makes the Chairman Pro stand out? Well, it's all about versatility and precision. It comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. You have the skin-safe 4-blade foil for that close, smooth shave when you're looking to go completely clean. Or to keep a little scruff, just switch to the skin-safe stubble trimmer to keep your stubble looking sharp and polished. Both heads are designed with skin-safe technology to help reduce razor burn and irritation, so your skin feels smooth and comfortable after every shave, reducing redness or discomfort. A standout feature that truly differentiates the Chairman Pro from the rest is the FlexAdjust technology. This innovative technology ensures a superior shave by allowing both blades and the pivoting head to seamlessly adapt to the unique contours of your face and neck, helping you maintain great contact with your skin at every angle.
And here's something that's going to make your grooming routine even easier. The Chairman Pro is waterproof. Yeah, you can use it right in the shower. And the waterproof feature doesn't just make shaving easier, it also simplifies cleanup too. Just take a quick rinse under the sink and you're all set. The Chairman Pro, it's not just for daily shaves either. It's powerful enough to tackle up to 5-day growth, making it perfect whether you're shaving every day or just tidying up after a few days. And with up to 75 minutes of runtime on a single charge, you can take your time getting the perfect shave. It even has a travel lock to help make sure it doesn't accidentally turn on in your bag, and an LED spotlight to help you see every detail, ensuring nothing gets missed. Get the Chairman Pro today and experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code NEWSDUMP at manscaped.com. That is 20% off plus free shipping with code NEWSDUMP at manscaped.com.
This episode is also sponsored by HelloFresh. Hello. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Make this fall the tastiest season yet with farm-fresh produce and easy autumn-inspired recipes delivered right to your door with HelloFresh. HelloFresh delivers all the pre-portioned ingredients you'll need to make easy homemade meals. All the proteins, veggies, sauces, spices, and more arrive in your box along with simple instructions to walk you through each step in the cooking process. Nice and simple for all the dunderheads like me.
That's right. I like it quick and easy. Whip up tasty restaurant-style meals in your own kitchen without the high price tag of takeout and in less time than it takes to get delivery. HelloFresh has tons of options for whatever you're craving. Choose from a changing menu of over 50 recipes each week. Plus, take your pick from over 100 market add-on items like desserts, breakfast, and snacks. Choose meals that match you and your family's lifestyle with preferences like fit and wholesome, quick and easy, or vegetarian. You will always find something to love with HelloFresh. We're busy boys, so we love HelloFresh's quick and easy recipes, like this week's Hall of Fame one-pan banh mi style beef tacos, clocking in at just 20 minutes of cooking.
There's no way this guy's actually
Get
just dog shit.
10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/free-news-dump. Applied across 7 boxes with new subscribers only, varies by plan. That is 10 free HelloFresh meals just by going to HelloFresh.com/free-news-dump. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
All right, back to the news now. And this election year, candidates have had to go a little bit out of their comfort zone in order to reach potential voters because a lot of younger people don't consume as much traditional media as the generations before them. And by younger people, I mean people younger than 40. Luckily or unluckily, depending on where you stand, politicians have been meeting many voters where they hang out. For Trump, that means courting Elon Musk and having him dance around on stage like an idiot in order to secure the libertarian tech bro votes.
Yeah, I guess.
I could throw a couple other words in there, but I won't.
Yeah.
Or appearing on Aiden Ross's podcast in order to secure the coveted 13 to 17-year-old boy vote.
Great job, sir.
Yeah, real big use of your time. For Kamala Harris, that has meant going on podcasts that are highly popular with millennial and Gen Z women. And for some reason, appearing on Howard Stern in order to secure the whack pack and elderly Democrat vote. And maybe take a ride on the Sibian.
Oh, my God. Okay. Well,
that's what his guests do. I don't know what's the problem. All right, let's see the whole 360. TOPLESS.
You'll do it when you get up. We're going to have Ronnie, the limo driver, call in, and Beetlejuice coming here.
It is incredibly bizarre to me that Howard Stern has managed to clean up his image to this point.
That's what I'm saying. His show is primarily listened to by, like, elderly Democrats,
And
that's fucking weird.
And aging comedians.
It used to be like New York City construction workers and people who it's what happened?
Madam Vice President, come in here. We got a girl set up and ready to. You're gonna do butthole ring toss. Now, for Tim Walz, however, this has meant appearing live on Twitch in a way that will hopefully secure.
Is he playing Crazy Taxi?
That would be great. Now, in a way that will hopefully secure the ADHD-riddled gamer vote, because he recently broadcast a rally alongside a streamer playing World of Warcraft. You know, side by side. All the kids love it.
At least it's not Subway Surfers.
Now, it is pretty cringe, but hey, whatever works. And the fact that he's done this collaboration has blessed us with a truly incredible piece of media from Fox News, which we will get to in a second. But first, with more on this gamer outreach, here's the New York Times. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign bridged the real world with the World of Warcraft on Wednesday, live streaming Governor Tim Walz's rally in Arizona via Twitch, while a Twitch streamer played the role-playing game and provided commentary about his rally. Preheat, a Twitch streamer and World of Warcraft player with about 50,000 followers, hosted the stream from the Harris campaign's account and encouraged the viewers to vote for her.
The screen was split, with Mr. Walz's rally in Tucson on the left and gameplay on the right. The stream mimicked a tactic used to gin up the visual interest in short-form video content, such as putting gameplay from Subway Surfers, a mobile game, side by side with something else. The Harris campaign has used this trick, posting a TikTok in which Subway Surfers gameplay was placed next to a clip of Mr. Trump discussing the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Preheat occasionally butted in with commentary on the game or the election. Project 2025, not good, very weird, Preheat said about the conservative playbook Democrats often criticize as he attacked the boss in World of Warcraft. Later, he spoke over Mr. Walz's speech, wondering about his character. Wait, am I dying? Whether or not this tactic will add any votes to the Harris campaign is anyone's guess.
Probably not.
It did result in some truly surreal reactions from Fox News, where one of their hosts, Janine Pirro, tried to explain what was going on in a way that only a person in their mid-70s could.
Yeah.
So please enjoy.
I had to look up the World of Warcraft because I didn't know what it was. And I found out that it is like this video game, and I think they wanted to be cool with Walz. And so they have a kid playing this Warcraft video game. It's up on the screen while Walz is speaking. Walz doesn't learn the game. He doesn't play the game. He doesn't do anything with the game. They just have this thing up there while Walz is speaking. So you got this World of Warcraft video game that's 20 years old, and it's not even, by the way, in the top 15 games now. And they have Walz, who doesn't even go to war.
She knows nothing about it. Wow.
Before war and can't even make believe he's playing in a war.
All right, so we consider that a win, and just because they got Fox News talking about it in a completely detached and surreal way. And just for reference, Tim Walz is a gamer. We've been over this. He was so addicted to Crazy Taxi that his Dreamcast had to be taken away from him. Tim, you're gonna ruin your life.
He voluntarily gave it away.
Yeah.
He sold it to one of his students. Take this away to a state college, far, far away from here.
Just like Jimmy Carter's peanut farm, he will have to give up video games. Administration.
We've never had a gamer president, and we never will.
We need a gamer president. Gamer president.
Let's take a moment to check in on Donald Trump, who is absolutely as lucid and as comprehensible as ever.
Looking and sounding great.
In one clip, he's seen speaking in Detroit, where he claimed in front of people who ostensibly live in Detroit that if he loses the election, the whole country will turn into Detroit.
Brilliant, fucking brilliant. I love this so much.
Oh,
if I lose, this whole country's gonna be a fucking shithole. It's gonna be, folks, it's gonna be like Detroit.
Yeah. Masterful game.
Where am I again? Shit.
Here's the clip.
The whole country is going to be like, you want to know the truth? It'll be like Detroit. Our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president. You're going to have a mess on your hand.
And then there was a clip of him where he continued his war on wind. In this clip, calling the wind bullshit.
The wind, it sounds so wonderful. The wind is bullshit. I'll tell you, it's horrible.
But while he's always a clip,
It's horrible.
Here's some news that should actually bother you about Trump somehow getting back into the White House. During the peak of the pandemic, Donald Trump rerouted vital testing supplies from U.S. distributors, clinics, and hospitals and sent them directly to Vladimir Putin. And this came to light in a new book by Bob Woodward, who has written some of the most detailed books about the Trump presidency in recent years, and was also, of course, one of the reporters who broke Watergate back in the 70s. So with more on this bizarre and potentially traitorous deal, here's the Associated Press. Vice President Harris is criticizing Donald Trump following new reporting by the journalist Bob Woodward that the former president secretly shared COVID-19 test machines with Russia's Vladimir Putin at a moment in 2020 when tests were out of reach for most Americans. The revelation, first reported by CNN and the Washington Post on Tuesday, is detailed in a forthcoming book called War by the famed Watergate journalist about Trump's record on the international stage as well as President Biden's.
According to the book, Trump sent the secret shipment of testing equipment to the Russian leader at the height of the pandemic in 2020, even as the U.S. and other nations were facing crippling shortages of testing kits. I don't want you to tell anybody because people will get mad at you, not me. They don't care about me, Putin told Trump, according to the book. Trump responded, I don't care, fine, according to Woodward. NPR has not independently verified the account, which was based on interviews with unnamed sources. Asked about the report during an interview Tuesday with Howard Stern, Harris said Woodward's reporting was an example of why Trump cannot be trusted as commander-in-chief, because she said he is easily manipulated by authoritarians he hopes to befriend. The Trump campaign has dismissed the book as made-up stories written by a deranged man, according to a statement by its communications director, Stephen Chong. Odd job. It is a relationship that appears to have continued even after Trump left the White House, according to Woodward, who reports that the former president may have spoken to Putin as many as 7 times since Biden took office. In one episode reported by Woodward, Trump ordered an aide away from his office at Mar-a-Lago in order to take a private call with Putin early in 2024. What the fuck? What?
Seems like it would be a big issue.
That's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah, we're currently...
We'll get you the testing.
We're not at war. We're in a proxy war.
Also, did they say how, what's the quantity we're talking about here with, the testing equipment?
So, I don't know, but the fact that it was at the height of the pandemic when people in the U.S. were unable to get this stuff makes it pretty damning.
But it's I can't imagine they shipped more than what could have been used by maybe just Putin himself and a few people around him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Interesting.
know. But let's round out today's episode with some hurricane updates. And while the damage to the southern states continues to grow, we should probably point out something very, very important. One of the Trump campaign's goals for their next term, if he were to win, is that the Trump administration would do away with or heavily defund a ton of vital government programs. One of which is the NOAA, or National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which is the government agency that has provided vital, life-saving information and tracking to citizens of these southeastern states during these major storms. PBS NewsHour recently did a report detailing the plans to dismantle agencies like the NOAA and others, and here's some of that reporting. Project 2025 is the Conservative Heritage Foundation's policy blueprint for a Republican administration. Trump has disavowed it, but it was written by several former Trump administration officials. In 2022, when Trump gave a keynote speech at a heritage event in Florida, he said the organization would lay the groundwork and detail plans for exactly what our movement will do. So again, despite him claiming that he wants nothing to do with it, this is the plan that they have in place for the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Just because he tries to distance himself because it's bad press, and he's at least...
Heritage, they overplayed their hand.
Yes.
They got overconfident and they put it out there, and people read it and were like, oh my God. This is crazy. And they're like, oh, wait.
And by the way, Trump's Agenda 47 makes a lot of things...
Same goddamn thing.
Yeah, so this is the plan.
Project 2025 includes about 4 pages on NOAA and the National Weather Service. That part was written by Thomas F. Gilman, who was an official in Trump's Commerce Department. The document describes NOAA as a primary component of the climate change alarm industry and said it should be broken up and downsized. The National Weather Service, one of 6 NOAA offices, provides weather and climate forecasts and warnings. The National Hurricane Center is part of the National Weather Service within NOAA. Project 2025 would not outright end the National Weather Service. It says the agency should focus on its data gathering services and should fully commercialize its forecasting operations. It said that commercialization of the weather technologies should be prioritized to ensure that taxpayer dollars are invested in the most cost-efficient technologies for high-quality research and weather data. Investing in commercial partners will increase competition, Project 2025 said.
First rule of summer camp?
Yeah, National Weather Reports, it sounds like Which, yeah, as we explained to you earlier this week, this is a horrible idea, because that plan has the potential or the goal of restricting vital information about storms like these to people who are willing to pay for the most up-to-date and detailed info and forecasts. For a deeper dive on what that would look like, John Oliver did a huge deep dive on an episode of Last Week Tonight about the privatization of weather reporting. We'll link to it down below alongside the PBS report.
Yeah. All right, now to the sort of funny or at least ridiculous side of the most recent storm. In the wake of Hurricane Helene, we saw a few very bad examples of AI-generated art being passed off as real in order to demonize the current administration for the made-up failures in disaster relief aid. The most notable was the image of a young girl crying while holding a puppy in floodwater.
It's still real to me.
Yeah, well, this latest hurricane has done the opposite with AI creations in a way that rightfully mocked the in floodwater.
It's still real to me.
Yeah, well, this latest hurricane has done the opposite with AI creations in a way that rightfully mocks those who tried to pass off the other AI images as legitimate. Images have now surfaced that include alligators wearing life preservers rescuing children on the water, the Disney character Pluto rescuing a child from floodwaters in Disney World while wearing a skirt, and kids rescuing actual dinosaurs. I mean, it's absolutely insane, but it's at least a decent demonstration of why this is all so stupid.
And unfortunately, there are definitely people out there who saw these pictures and was like, damn, I didn't know dinosaurs were real.
Well, that's the hurricane finally revealed the
I always knew Pluto was a real one, though.
Yeah.
I always liked that Pluto.
Not goofy, though.
I just wish he wouldn't wear that dress.
Not that goofy. Not after what he did as president of the United States.
No, no, no. These images and more have been proliferating online, mostly under post-it read. I can't believe the images I am seeing coming out of Florida today. Or just straight up copies of the original text above the girl and the puppy, but added above completely surreal imagery. I don't know where this photo came from, and honestly, it doesn't matter. It is seared into my mind forever. Or heartbreaking images, all above dinosaurs, aliens, dogs rescuing people, and Disney characters. Truly incredible stuff that, while made with AI, at least pushes back on the previous debunked images that were passed off as legitimate by boomers on Facebook. My favorite ones were the ones where Trump was like personally rescuing people, like waist deep in water.
Yeah.
What's Sleepy Joe doing? He's not out there personally rescuing people like Donald Trump is in this very real photograph that I just saw.
And as we saw, the responses that people were sending to their parents and grandparents of, this isn't real, it's AI generated. And they respond back, I don't care, it's happening. So, dangerous stuff.
The fact that I thought it really says a lot about the way things are.
Anyways, that's it for today's episode. We'll be back with maybe some robo-taxi news. Are your Teslas ready to start making you money? But yeah, if you like the video first.
Yes.
Leave a comment below. Talk about anything we discussed today. Put your favorite LinkedIn lunatic in the comments section below and let people do the work of voting up their favorite. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. There's also a thank button, a join button if you want to contribute. Now, there's some videos for you to watch. We got the Cybertruck Copmobile. It's doing all the dirty work down there in Irvine.
It's not, though. It's really not, actually.
And we also have a video that completely debunks a ton of hurricane conspiracies that spawned out of Helene. So check both of those out, and we'll see you for some weird news really soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So before we get started on this video properly, I have started a fundraiser for medical aid for Palestinians. I'm going to try and raise about £1,000. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but I know from experience making anyone do anything from YouTube to go various different places is very, very hard. So if you want to support a legit charity, if you want to support a good cause related to Palestine, but also to Lebanon as well, because they work in Lebanon, please consider giving to the fundraiser, which I'll bring up again later on in the video, but just to give it a shout out straight away so people don't miss it. So it's been over a year since the genocide in Gaza began, and obviously I have covered various things around Israel and Palestine over the last year, and one thing I will say, my content on it did fall off, and There were videos where I'd still talk about Israel, but it wouldn't be the focus. And just like with a lot of people and people who make content on this stuff, obviously you get desensitized to just the insane, like disgusting fascist government of Israel and their rhetoric and the genocide they're doing, but also just starts to feel really hopeless because if I had told you last October how this would play out, I don't think people would believe me, not in terms of the level of violence, not in terms of the amount of Palestinians being killed. I don't think people would believe me in terms of the West literally having no rules to Israel. There is nothing Israel can do that will stop Western support. And even though we've had a new prime minister in the UK, the exact same shit is still happening. Even though you're gonna have a new president in the US, Republican or Democrat, they're gonna keep arming Netanyahu and Israel's genocide. And I do want to talk about this a bit more today, because a lot of people think the Western governments are essentially cucked by Israel. That's not the way this works. It's a good strategy for them to pretend like they can't do anything about what's going on right now, but that's not the way it works. But even then, you'd think, even from like a pure reputation standpoint, they would think, this is too much. Invading Lebanon, that's too much. Absolutely destroying Gaza and obviously starting attacks in the West Bank as well. That is too much. Like, even the UN recognizes that West Bank is occupied territory of Palestine by Israel. But no, even then, the Western governments are giving full-throated support, and I want to read you the statements of the leader of the EU, Kamala Harris and Keir Starmer, to show you that, yeah, this support isn't going to end. Because fundamentally in the West, we are extremely racist, and we know this. If you grew up in the war on terror, you know this anyway. You know non-white lives do not have the same value. And of course, combined with Israel's genocide, what we're seeing in Europe at the moment is just complete fascism taking over across nearly every single government built on the demonization of primarily North African and Middle Eastern Muslim refugees into Europe who are fleeing either governments propped up by the West or conflicts caused by the West, like what Israel are doing in Gaza and Lebanon. And if there's something I want to spell out to people today, like if you're watching this video and maybe you're not left wing or whatever, I want to show you how this is all about capitalism. And that is just the end point at the end of the day. Like, sure, you can talk about the motivations of people inside Israel. Like, why do they want to do this stuff? And that's not purely for capitalism, although there is a capitalist element in that. But if we look at like the wider picture, if we look at like, why does the US back them no matter what? Why does the UK back them no matter what? Why do Saudi Arabia not do anything? Why does Egypt not do anything when Israel actually kills Egyptian soldiers during this genocide as well? Why seemingly is Yemen and Iran the only two countries who will actually fight back against the Israeli genocide? And that, at the end of the day, is because of the US running our capitalist system, the US being the global hegemonic power. Just make sure all these countries are just okay with the genocide as long as it doesn't affect their standing with the US and Western-backed corporations. And actually, apparently, Mohammed bin Salman actually said to Anthony Blinken recently, he doesn't give a shit about Palestine. Like, here is a guy who's held up as a face of like the most Islamic country ever, and of course, Palestine is a deeply important issue to Muslims, also because of the religious element. And here is the successor to Saudi Arabia, in essence, the leader of Saudi Arabia, saying he doesn't give a shit about Palestine, because of course he doesn't. Not only is it...
That was actually one of the best perps. Okay.
Taking rounds.
Well,
Jesus, that was a close one.
Why are you yawning?
Which team are you on?
Oh, doesn't it? Someone's born. Sheesh! Oh my god! Who are you meowing? Had so many treats. Had so many. When is it enough?
Trophy system active.
Yes. When is it enough, kitty? You have a problem. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it, cat. You got a problem. You got a treat problem. You're addicted. I'm gonna have to step in.
Blasted him.
There.
Taking Alpha.
He's taking butt.
We've lost Alpha.
Swapping mags.
Enemies taking Bravo. Secure Alpha.
Give up. Tell the truth.
They're taking
Tell
Alpha.
that truth that you problem.
Enemy
Get a hold
securing
of yourself.
Charlie.
Bet you're glad I'm here.
They're losing Charlie.
What's
Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back. Securing objective.
nuts.
Enemy securing Bravo. Charlie secure. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back.
Oi, wanker! Check your fire!
Check your fire. That was
Under
successful.
fire! Loading fresh mag!
Hostile advanced UAV overhead.
Scared y'all?
Changing mag! Whose team are you on? Rounds.
Sneak on.
Hostile counter UAV overhead. The enemy holds 2 objectives. Secure those positions.
Grenade!
Taking
Move!
Bravo.
Trophy system online.
They control Bravo.
One down.
Saw that one coming.
Swapping mags.
What are you looking at here? Excuse me. There's a skin?
Loading fresh mag.
Enemy securing Charlie. Enemy Bravo.
Picking up. Are you a sub thing?
The enemy took Charlie.
Hostile counter UAV destroyed.
Hostile UAV in
Changing
the
mag.
area.
John? Oh, dude, no. That is the skin.
Enemy securing Bravo. Alpha
Oh, that's
secure.
a bit much. It
Enemy
looks
taking
cool.
Bravo. Enemies deployed a counter UAV.
Oh.
Bravo.
Shit.
Securing objective Bravo. Hostile advanced UAV deployed.
Oh, here we go again. Yes.
Under fire.
And the mic is not picking that up. I wish it was. Try it again. Sure.
Taking Charlie.
That noise gate. You gotta like you gotta meow from the
Objective Charlie secure. Objective Alpha is compromised. Get it back. We're taking Bravo.
Yeah, see, you're meowing from the throat. Very, very teeny, very low. And you know what? I gotta keep this sound gate. Oh. I'm tired of your talking, motherfucker. Oh, look at that cat. He just really fucking punched me. Oh, God bless these animals. That squeaking?
Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back.
It's not
Shit,
picking up the
there
kitty,
they
it's
are.
picking up my goddamn chair squeaking.
We're taking Bravo. We're losing. Securing objective Bravo. We're taking Alpha. We've lost objective. We lost let it be for long.
Not much, a little more.
We control Alpha.
Dear Crown Prince, he also runs a massive Saudi hedge fund that owns, among other things, Newcastle United and all the massive Saudi teams at the moment, and is buying up shares in Nintendo. This guy just cares about money and his standing and his relationships with the powerful, and the Israeli genocide of Palestine is just an increment inconvenient to him because his own people obviously are pro-Palestine, and the Saudi effort to normalize their relations with Israel has essentially been completely derailed by the genocide, and he has to now pretend that he wants something different, not that he doesn't. But anyway, more of that coming up for you today. So just a little more about medical aid for Palestinians. Again, fundraiser in the description, fundraiser in the pinned comment. So medical aid for Palestinians works for a future where every Palestinian has access to a comprehensive, effective and locally led system of healthcare and the full realization of their rights to health and dignity. To achieve this, we work in collaboration with Palestinian communities and trusted local partners to answer a wide range of health and social needs, from providing vital medical aid in emergencies to supporting the development of care services for the long term. We also uplift the voices of Palestinians and campaign for an end to the barriers to health and dignity that come from living through occupation, displacement, discrimination, and conflict. Today we have offices in the West Bank, Gaza, Jerusalem, Lebanon and London. With our extensive local knowledge and experience, we work closely with communities, hospitals, clinics and healthcare providers to coordinate care and medical aid even where there are severe restrictions on access. And that is so important because about this time a year ago, Israel had bombed its first hospital, where all the liberals in the West would say, how dare you blame Israel for bombing a hospital? They would never do that. It's clearly Hamas. And then Israel proceeds to destroy all the hospitals, all the universities, all the schools. Everything a state needs to exist, they destroyed. And the liberals who said they could never do this, they went silent. I'm thinking of you, David Packman, by the way, when I say that, because you're one of the worst people doing this. And now, talking about medical stuff, the Lancet estimates that Gaza death toll could exceed 186,000 because of other factors like diseases and indirect deaths from the war. And at the moment, officially, more than 41,800 people have been killed. And that number is probably far lower than the actual death toll, which is probably, in my opinion, over 100,000. So that is what we're dealing with. US and UK bombs support have caused a genocide. Netanyahu, of course, is far-right Prime Minister of Israel. It doesn't matter that it's Joe Biden, a Democrat, or Keir Starmer, the Labour Party leader. Here's more bombs. Keep bombing, keep bombing. And Biden actually told Netanyahu to invade Lebanon because for all the little things he puts out in the media, pretending he hates Netanyahu, which he might hate Netanyahu, he likes what Israel doing because he sees what Israel doing as a war against Iran. The US recently said, Kamala Harris actually said this today, Iran is the #1 enemy of the United States, which is absolutely insane. How is Iran the #1 enemy of the US government? Like, what is Iran doing to the mainland United States at the moment? It's all because of regional influence, oil, and capital. And Netanyahu right now is also threatening to do a genocide in southern Lebanon too. And guess what? When Kamala Harris, if she actually wins the election, she will support that because it's pretty clear the Democrats actually support any action against Hezbollah because Hezbollah is closely linked to Iran, and even though Hamas isn't as closely linked to Iran as Hezbollah, they don't care. They still think it's worth it to sacrifice 100,000 people in Gaza to kill a few thousand Hamas militants whose numbers will be replenished probably tenfold because loads of people are going to have absolutely nothing to lose. Now, to get into how the West has gone full Hitler once again, let's get reaction to the Western leaders to the anniversary of October 7th. Let's see what they mention and let's see what they don't mention. So here's the leader of the EU, Ursula von der Leyen, saying on October 7th, Hamas killed or abducted people for one reason, because they were Jews. Today we mourn them. Our thoughts are with all those for whom time has stopped on October 7th, with all the innocent victims of the tragic chain of events that was set off by Hamas. So the whole genocide is the fault of Hamas. The whole genocide. And Hamas were only motivated to do October 7th because they're anti-Semitic. They hate Jews. So just like the Nazis back in the day, these people just killed Jews because they hated Jews. There's nothing else they're motivated by. Hamas simply exists because they hate Jews. Of course, this framing is insane because what you're saying to people is opposition to Israel no matter what form it takes, is actually opposition to Judaism. Does that make Jews safer? You're saying everything the Israeli government is doing and has done to the Palestinians for decades and decades, that's the face of Judaism. And if you have any violent response to that, or any response to that, you're protesting or you're doing violence against the Jews. It's the Jews. You hate all Jews because you're doing that. And where is the mention for the confirmed 40,000 dead? No mention. Israel did that with EU support, with Western bombs. So here's one from Keith Starmer. Literally, I hate this guy so much. Probably the guy I hate most in the world, probably. October 7th, 2023 was the darkest day in Jewish history since the Holocaust. So he's linking October 7th to the Holocaust. 1 year on, we stand together to remember the lives so cruelly taken. Over 1,000 people were murdered, men, women, children and babies killed, mutilated and tortured by the terrorists of Hamas. Jewish people murdered while protecting their families. Young people massacred at a music festival. People abducted from their homes. Agonizing reports of rape, torture, and brutality beyond comprehension, which continue to emerge days and weeks later. As a father, a husband, a son, and a brother, meeting the families of those who lost their loved ones last week was unimaginable. The grief and pain are ours, and it is shared in homes across the land. A year on, the collective grief has not diminished or waned. Yet their strength and determination to cherish the memories of those they had lost continues, and our determination to bring those still captive home endures. I stand firm in our commitment to bring the hostages home, and we will not give up until they are returned. 1 year on from these horrific attacks, we must unequivocally stand with the Jewish community and unite as a country. We must never look the other way in the face of hate. We must also not look the other way as civilians bear the ongoing dire consequences of this conflict in the Middle East. I reiterate my call for immediate ceasefires in Gaza and Lebanon, and for the removal of all restrictions on humanitarian aid into Gaza. We will not falter in our pursuit of peace, and on this day of pain and sorrow, we honour those we lost and continue in our determination to return those still held hostage, help those who are suffering, and secure a better future for the Middle East. So no criticism of the Israeli government, of course. If they actually care about the hostages, you could have loads of criticism for Netanyahu, as the families in Israel, these family members have been held hostage or killed as hostages, criticise Netanyahu. They've protested Netanyahu, but these people will never do that. And also, how problematic is the framing here throughout? The darkest day in Jewish history since the Holocaust. We must stand with the Jewish community and unite as a country. And what Keir Starmer has constantly done since he's become Labour leader is conflate Zionism and Jewish people, right? So if you're linking what happened on October 7th to the Holocaust, you're just completely rewriting history. Because the Holocaust was a culmination of like 1,800 years of persecution by Christians in Europe of the various Jewish communities in Europe. And they were persecuted worse than they were in the Middle East, culminating in the anti-Semitism that gave us the Holocaust, right? That's one thing. If you're saying October 7th is an extension of that, again, you're insane, because everyone can realise the primary motivating factor for just all Palestinian insurgency, pretty much, throughout its history, has been the opposition to occupation and colonisation, which they would have done no matter who it was. It's not primarily motivated by anti-Semitism. And are they telling me that if it was still the British government occupying Palestine, that the Palestinians wouldn't want independence, right? Or if it was the French government, are they telling me this wouldn't happen? And we saw that play out across various different states in North Africa and the Middle East, where the opposition that looked a lot like what Hamas is doing right now was directed against European colonialism, like the Algerian Revolution. Would you say that the Algerian Revolution is like an extension of anti-French sentiment somewhere or something? No, of course, it was a response to occupation. It was a response to colonialism. That's what it is. Trying to make a through line from the Holocaust to October 7th is basically doing the work of people like Netanyahu, saying that this attack is a fundamental attack on Judaism. The only reason this happened is because they hate Jews. Not that it was an expected reaction from, decades of occupation.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Hey, John, can you hear me?
Check.
Hello, double check. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I get you.
Excellent.
How's it going?
It's going great. It's going really
good.
Yeah, I kept on trying to send invites to myself. I was like, dude, are you good? I can't send you an invite. It's not letting me send an invite to myself. Because I'm an idiot. Anywho, what's going on, Howard?
I wonder it was not working. Oh, pretty good. Yeah, just working on my chainsaw, man. It's a project. Wow.
Is it coming?
It's coming pretty good. Yeah, it's did some painting today.
Really?
So spray painting the body.
So
and
it sounds
I got
like
the
you
saw
structurally
blade.
have it done. Stuff.
Yeah.
Details.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, the details. Yep. Yep.
I want to see it live. Don't send me any more pictures.
No pictures. Okay.
I want to see it. I want to see it complete. I want to see it in the flesh.
Yep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring it. That's the thing. I'm going to send them an email, though, and check. Because it would be a shame not to be able to bring it after all this work I've put into it. But
I mean, does it look realistic in any way?
I'm hoping it will when I put the saw blade on it. It does. I mean, like the body of it looks like you know what I mean? And I'm going to put a bike chain. Hopefully this will work along the blade. And what's really going to bring it out, I've just painted the body like red with a little bit of some gunk here and there, but really, I'm going to gunk it up more, and that's what really makes it look like real. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I have this handle I made, wooden handle, and I was just following this YouTube guy's videos. You know what I mean? He lays it all out. It's just time and following the steps. But
do you? Man,
making a few alterations.
So I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to see it then. Like live in the flesh.
Maybe not.
Well, if that's
maybe
the
not,
case,
maybe not.
If that's the case, send me. And then
you know what I could bring it in the car and just leave it in the car, and if you stop by the car before we leave, you can check it out.
Like, so if you guys wanted to hang out before, or like stop there before going. But how are you guys driving?
Yeah, we're driving. We usually do. Rachel usually drives us home. Yeah, so I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, possibly.
I wouldn't hate the idea of you guys stopping by, me seeing that chainsaw and ride to the
take some
Chicago Street.
Yeah,
Well,
that could
it's
work.
about 3 miles.
That could work. Yeah. Yeah, that's an idea. Yeah, we could definitely do that.
If it doesn't work out, it's fine. Like, I was gonna find my own.
Yeah.
way, but
Yeah.
but I didn't know you were
good
driving,
idea.
so that's made me think.
Yeah.
Anyway, you are limited on time, so let's rock.
Oh yeah.
We're going in. We're going in. Better look at your channel. Matchmaking.
Got left here. Hip fire kills. Oh, I gotta do those kill streak.
We're exactly 2 weeks out. Top 6.
Wow. Damn. Told you I was gonna go fast.
I'm extremely juiced. I'm so stoked.
Juiced.
I was thinking because like this. All right, there's a Call of Duty podcast, an official podcast now called the COD Pod. They had some of the developers from Black Ops 6 talking about, and they're talking about the plot and stuff, the storyline. Might be cutting out. Am I coming out right now? All right, am I still cutting out?
You're back now.
All right, it's actually, I mean, if you care at all about the story, COD Pod, it's on the Call of Duty. If you're ever feeling extra nerdy, and it's not just plot stuff, they talk about actual the maps and stuff like that too. But I get extra nerdy sometimes. I want to listen to podcasts about. I don't know if you're. I don't know. I don't know if you're on that level.
Yeah, generally. I mean, if it's something really good, yeah, probably. But
I'm thinking about. Well, I mean, I was going to. Apparently, the plot line, the storyline, is going to be very linked with Black Ops 2, which I never played. Not even so I was thinking about either one, watching a YouTube gameplay, just like a full playthrough of the campaign, Black Ops 2. So I don't have to play it. I can just watch someone else play it.
Yeah. Yeah.
An Ink Slasher did just release a video today, like after I was doing this, like of like story so far, like all Black Ops. Because like I think the war takes place between Black Ops 1 there, but it's like it jumps all over. Pretty confused. That podcast confirmed because there are multiple endings in most Black Ops games. In Black Ops 2, so that podcast was confirmed, which ended. How the timelines broke out. And Bell is dead.
I'd be completely lost.
Bell is dead. That second ending where the glorious proletarian Soviet Union defeats the CIA.
Changing mag.
Yeah.
That didn't really happen. Bell's dead.
Okay. Okay.
But it's
kind of like a soap opera after a while, just so
if you even care
ridiculous.
about that shit, I mean, but it's kind of fun. I feel like it makes the characters feel a little. I wouldn't say relatable. Well, yes,
I mean, it's kind of fun.
Exactly.
The voice acting and stuff, you know. Yeah.
It's just. I started watching Slasher right when I started playing Black Ops 4, and he always covers the stories and stuff. And Black Ops 4 did not have. He was like doing his best to try to tie together some kind of narrative that's going on. like the cutscenes, all that, and it was like coming up with like theories, which which was kind of fun. Kind of made it feel like it was a campaign because he was trying to put it all together. But at the end of the day, like, there was no way to tie it together. It was too easily go.
God.
A straight storyline, and it was pretty out there. Like Black Ops 3 is pretty out there apparently plot-wise. Black Ops 4 was gonna work.
Requesting recon flyover.
Darso. No. Sure.
Loading fresh mag.
The other Call of Duty games by like or Sledgehammer, they're just action games. Like or action movies.
Securing objective Charlie.
Yeah, that stuff's. I can't follow. I can't follow most movies, much less the Call of Duty plot lines. Crazy.
Swapping mags.
We're losing Charlie.
You think if they were coherent, they would just kind of put it together in a, some kind of readable thing, a history. So
well, I mean, it's not having a coherent plot isn't even. It's like it's because all these characters are skins you have to pay for in the store, or buy the battle pass for. So the storyline of the campaign is just an advertisement for the battle pass. They can play those characters, so like they're like I was thinking about that. It's like they're like digital action figures.
Yeah. Kind of like Star Wars. Like they bring out like these one character would come into one scene and like then there'd be some kind of like. I don't know. People would make up stories about it or whatever, or maybe they get developed later, like Boba Fett. He's just this cool looking. Everyone's like, "Ooh, look at that cool dude," and the bounty hunter. But then you find out, well, because he's popular, let's bring him back and make another whole thing about it.
I think creating stories around these fictional characters get people more invested in. Create emotional connections with multi-billion-dollar corporations and stuff.
Yeah, there we go.
Tossing Semtex. Changing mag. One down.
Still love when you throw a Semtex and get nobody like killing them.
Yeah. Sticks and catch.
Almost shot out.
Visual on target.
Ooh. Shit, bro. Really? That,
Target spotted.
you're standing where he's got there on the
Under fire.
Oh, Holman. Yeah, I see him there. Hiding.
The action.
Securing objective Alpha. Alpha secure. Enemies taking Alpha.
Seems like these guys are running around like packs. Like 3 guys came running around a corner all at the same time. Like, what the hell?
What's up here?
Marauders.
Get some popcorn kills.
Yeah.
Stick together, fellas.
Took what you
There
did.
you
We're
go.
back to kicking arses.
We're taking Alpha.
All right.
Swapping mags.
We're taking Bravo.
Under fire. Enemy area. Changing mag.
Those guys killed me and I spawned.
We're losing Alpha.
that was pretty rough.
Hey, I gotta grab some water right
Our kills were...
What's up?
Sure. I was just gonna say our kills were kind of on par with the other team. Our kills.
Yeah, the rest of our team was dog shit.
5-3.
Dude, the rest of our team
5-3,
didn't even break 5 kills? What is happening?
I don't know what the hell that was. Unless or jumped off and these guys replaced him at the end.
I don't know what that was. Something.
How the hell?
All right, I gotta get some water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, check. Are you still here?
Yeah. Yeah.
You said you were playing bass the other night?
Yeah, I'm playing pretty much every day because I'm trying to learn a bunch of songs. My brother and a friend of ours is gonna jam at the end of the month.
Awesome.
So I'm kind of getting my chops back in shape.
Yeah, and any bangers in particular?
Yeah, we're doing NIV by Black Sabbath. You ever hear of a band named Porcupine Tree?
I've heard of them. I haven't listened to them.
Yeah, they're kind of proggy, but they have some heavy stuff. They have a cool song called Shallow, which is pretty damn hard for them.
Oh, really?
It's a challenging one, but a fun.
Team deathmatch.
The other one we're gonna try a Red Fang song called Wires, which I just looked at tonight. Yeah, that one's kind of deceptive because it's like most of, at least the bass line of that one is really easy, super dumb, just one note kind of thing. But then later, of course, there's always a later, and there's a challenging part. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. Then I'm like, oh fuck. Oh well, I got 3 weeks. I'll go.
Really gonna try to work out some music this weekend. Like really try, because like I've got this MIDI pedal. I can play guitar and like switches better and looper. That super helpful, but I gotta program it. So this could work. So. But I have.
Yeah, have you really?
Fire! I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, have you really had a chance to use it yet, or is this?
No, not yet. I haven't programmed it yet. But I do. I have a good. Yeah. Right now, it's like just stop playing Call of Duty. That's kind of where I'm at. And I pull myself away from COD.
This is a good time to do it.
Yeah, well, we'll see in a couple weeks.
Well, before the next season, yeah, right. That's what I mean.
I think I need a designate for a couple of days. All I do is play music. Kind of like when I was in band. It was always Tuesdays and Thursdays. It was always practice days. I think I should.
Move it to my mark.
Okay. Productive.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, having some kind of schedule. I've been doing bass. Basically, I do it right before we play. So I've been doing 7 to 7:30, or if I can get on earlier, I'll do a little bit longer. Yeah. But at least a half hour before. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to shoot you. Scared me. Busy killing somebody. I turned around and there's a person there.
I've been streaming right now. Hope that's all right. There's.
All good.
I usually get home like my computer's got a quirk where I've got to turn it on and put it on for 15 minutes, and then restart it before I can get my card to work. Which where it even passes through where I can see the Xbox on the monitor. I have to go through that whole every time. So it's basically I'll get home, turn on my computer, watch something for a bit of time. After about, it usually passes. I'll end up watching something. You know? But start the computer. So far I've been about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, honestly, I think streaming, I haven't had like a single like chatter or mute. I had a couple on Twitch thing for a little. I was just like, I watch it. Not like I never watched Twitch, so the other streamers. It makes me feel old. But I haven't had like any well-known. Popped in. I've got my chat. I can like got it here on my other monitor. Someone was telling me
it's gotta
pop up.
Which gotta be hard to break through. Or
I don't even. It's just,
I don't know how people do that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like lawyers entertaining to watch. They're fun. Maybe they're hot. You want to see how.
Yeah, my brother will pass videos like that sometimes. It's some young thing playing.
It's like anything. You either got a personality or you look good. People are like, oh, I like this. It's definitely generational. I guess pretty much like.
Sniper's down.
Enemy is gaining ground. Push them back. Hostile UAV in the area.
I like to keep up with like what the kids are on, but only if I think it's fun. I won't keep.
Right here.
Kids have it pretty good since days.
I wanted to check out. This is not. Well, he's probably more for age. Nate Berganzi, you know that guy?
Berganzi?
Yeah, he's a comedian.
Changing back.
He's really funny.
Really?
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, he just hosted SNL, I guess, again this or a couple weeks ago. I missed it, so I wanted to check it out because the first time some stand-up specials.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, he's like on Netflix, I think.
Okay. Well, even like.
Nate Berganzi, I think, with
the first name's Nate.
Nate, yeah.
All right, I can try to check it out. I've been pretty embarrassed.
He's like low key, low energy, but yeah,
Well,
you
kinda
probably recognize
deadpan.
him, I think. Yeah.
You ever checked out Anthony?
Oh, that name sounds really familiar.
He's been around for like
Probably.
Pretty dark stuff. I think. Good. But this is.
Yeah, that's.
Good.
No, yeah, when you said dark, yeah, I think I might have checked them out. I might have been okay with it, but I think
Rachel wasn't into it.
Into him. I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll have to.
Hostile FAE near your position.
I like dirt.
Hostiles deployed a mosquito.
Putting a fresh one.
Hostiles launched a cruise missile.
This is a great house.
It is, right?
It's beautiful. In this bathroom, like,
I want to move in.
the color of the walls in the bathroom, beautiful. Break a window. Oh, okay.
1 minute remaining.
Ruin the house.
Travel to all these beautiful places. Smash the windows out of it. Shoot. Whatever.
Leave blood all over the windows and the floor.
Forget it.
You ever see these commercials for like this company? They're called Serve Pro, and like I see it on CNN a lot. They're like Serve Pro. Their line is like it never even happened, and they come to like a house that had like they make it look like it's a natural disaster happened, and or maybe there was a break-in or something. Anyway, who knows what kind of? But like I always think of like they're cleaning up murder scenes.
Oh
like
my
it's
God.
like an advertisement for like a business that cleans up murder scenes.
Oh, we gotta look at the disclaimer there.
Surf Pro, like it never even happened.
Oh my
I'm
God,
like, oh
like-
my God, what a weird company.
I mean, I get it for like a flood or something. They're like, yeah,
Something like a flood,
yeah. Look at the terms of service. Like nothing illegal, thank you. But did you own it? I was getting fucking smashed.
Running around with the assault weapon, it was doing me right that game.
Yeah, I'm running around with an
Cool.
SMG.
Well, yeah. What was that? You
I was
were
running with
the
an
SMG.
The map for it. I busted out my. But hey, got what are you Rachel up to tonight?
Like I said, I'm probably gonna check out that Nate Brenzian SNL thing, and who knows what else. We just got done watching this other one called Chimp Crazy, which was made by the guy who did Tiger King.
Oh,
Is that what that show was called?
Chimp Crazy is it like the same?
It was like people
chimps.
with exotic animals, chimps, and with chimps that sometimes turn super violent and ripped ladies' face off.
Yeah, dude. I need these animals. I mean, like tigers are bad enough. Like you can argue that tigers are worse than chimps, and chimps can probably like rip your arms out of your sockets.
Yeah, they're like 200 pounds and they're super stocky and super fucking strong. It was disgusting. They didn't show the lady's face, but she was on Oprah. They showed a clip of her speaking to Oprah
she got
with this veil in front of her face.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, it was like this lady's sister. She brought like an Elmo doll and showed it to the chimp, and the chimp went insane.
Elmo doll.
And just started biting her everywhere and ripping her face. So it was like basically another one of those like documentaries about exotic animals and the crazy people who love them.
I love animals. Vegan. Those fuckers away from me. Shit. Well, hey, have a good time tonight. Tell Rachel I said hey.
Man, you too.
So it is next week.
Will do.
I'm.
Yep. Yeah.
Excellent.
You're on the ball next Saturday.
Wait.
All right.
Excellent. Well, have a good.
Catch you later, man.
Talk to you
Good
soon.
night.
Wait. We're going to keep going. Back.
And people living in an open-air prison. Kamala Harris also said this. Her statement says, "I will never forget the horror of October 7th. 1,200 innocent people, including 46 Americans, were massacred by Hamas. Women raped on the side of the road. 250 people kidnapped. It was the deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. What Hamas did that day was pure evil. It was brutal and sickening, and it has rekindled a deep fear among Jewish people, not just in Israel, but in the US and around the world. The long, extraordinary arc of Jewish history is full of pogroms and prejudice, slaughter and separation, and now in our own generation, there is another moment the world must not forget. I'm devastated by the loss and pain of the Israeli people as a result of the heinous attack. Doug and I pray for the families of the victims, and I hope they find solace in remembering the lives of the loved ones. We also pray for the safety of Jewish people all over the world. We must all ensure nothing like the horrors of October 7th ever happen again. I will do everything in my power to ensure that the threat Hamas poses is eliminated, that it is never again able to govern Gaza, that it fails in its mission to annihilate Israel, and that the people of Gaza are free from the grip of Hamas. I will never stop fighting for the release of all hostages, including the 7 Americans. I will never stop fighting for justice for those murdered, and I will always ensure Israel has what it needs to defend itself against Iran and Iran-backed terrorist groups like Hamas. My commitment to the security of Israel is unwavering. Hamas terror attack on October 7th launched a war in Gaza, and I'm heartbroken over the scale of death and destruction in Gaza over the past year. Tens of thousands of lives lost, children fleeing for safety over and over again, mothers and fathers struggling to obtain food, water, and medicine. It is far past time for a hostage and ceasefire deal to end the suffering, and I will always fight for the Palestinian people to be able to realize their right to freedom, this is funny, security, and self-determination. We also continue to believe that a diplomatic solution across the Israel-Lebanon border is the only path to restore lasting calm." So again, like an absolutely insane statement considering her government, Biden-Harris, that's the government, isn't it? Have been funding a genocide and no mention of Israel being an aggressor at all. Israel is defending itself against Hamas-backed terrorists, and she's saying, we will support their ability to make sure Hamas can never govern the Gaza Strip again. So you're basically saying you're going to allow Israel to destroy the Gaza and kill every single Palestinian, because how are you going to defeat Hamas, really? It's not working right now. The military offensive isn't going to defeat Hamas. And also, what you're doing with all this, you're just giving them loads and loads of support for basically ever. Like, they're never going to forget this. And this will just give Hamas new recruits for generations and generations. So again, framing it as, you know, the long, extraordinary arc of Jewish history is full of pogroms and prejudice, slaughter and separation. And there's another one. So again, it's trying to frame Hamas's actions in the context of European anti-Semitism. Because although there has been Middle Eastern anti-Semitism, of course, for a long time, when it became really, really prominent was because of the foundation of Israel. And now they're trying to act like, oh, it's the Holocaust, it's the Europeans doing terrible things to Jews, it's the Americans doing terrible things to Jews, and then suddenly, oh, the Hamas are just following in that long tradition of the Nazis, and that's why they attacked Israel. And genuinely, this is what lots of people believe. They believe the only motivation for Hamas at all is because they just hate Jewish people. And Hamas took over Gaza like 18 years ago. So plenty of people have just grown up in Gaza not knowing anything different. And then to them, they're just joining the military. If you listen to IRA people talk, people who grew up in Belfast and stuff, they just talk about joining the army. They join like a younger version of the IRA when they're teenagers, and then they graduate to the full IRA. And they just see it as joining the military, right? Because they've grown up in that society. And plenty of people in Hamas probably don't even give a shit about the straight up politics of the group, like many don't in insurgent movements, including the IRA in Ireland. They're just doing it because it's a group that fight back against desperate circumstances, an apartheid regime, and living in an open air prison that is Gaza, right? So to frame this as something that spawned out of like Holocaust-style anti-Semitism is just completely wrong and dehumanizing. And of course, what she's doing here is absolving Israel of all responsibility for the genocide. But of course she's going to do that because she's absolving herself and Biden of all responsibility for the genocide, which is directly on their hands. And we all knew what was going to come afterwards, because I said in my October 11th video, I said it was going to be a genocide. I've said before it's already a genocide in Gaza anyway, but I said this is going to happen. People like Owen Jones said it was going to happen. It was very, very clear because it's what Netanyahu had been waiting for forever. And of course, it came out that he ignored his own intelligence about the attack, and they did know this was going to happen because, of course, they knew. Of course, they knew. Because Netanyahu wanted this war to both expand Israeli territory and expand his own power and shore up his own power. And that's why he did it personally. He doesn't give a shit. And he doesn't give a shit about the hostages who have often been killed by the Israeli military, who are constantly resupplied with US bombs in their genocide. Now, something that has made Israel genocide acceptable over the last year to the West is just the insane racism we have. And you see it in some of those statements there. And how it like lumps all the groups in together, like Hamas are only doing stuff because they hate Jews, but also because they work for Iran and they're just doing Iran bidding, and Iran hates Israel because they're also really anti-Semitic. But in Western media, like Muslims generally are depicted negatively. And most people don't know the difference between Hezbollah, Hamas, Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS. They're just scary, bad Muslim terrorists who just do bad things because they hate the West and stuff. There is no other motivating factor ever. There is no motivating factor for Hezbollah or Hamas. There's nothing like that. It's all just, you know, they hate the West, they hate Jews, and they're just very, very evil, and the West is also enlightened. Now, I made a video about woke fascism, and I made a couple of videos about Western chauvinism. It's basically the new kind of fascism we're seeing at the moment. Germany is a perfect case study. So Germany have a party called the AfD that are essentially like neo-Nazis, right? I guess electorally acceptable neo-Nazis. But they have been pushing like anti-BDS stuff. They've been like pro-Israel because they hate Muslims more than anyone else. Like they are anti-Semitic, of course, but why they love Israel is because Israel brutalizes Muslims in a way they'd love to do in Germany. And you see that across the West in terms of the far right. Like Tommy Robinson supports Israel. Most of the mainstream far right in conservative parties or fringe far right parties, they all support Israel as well, because they believe in Western supremacy. Now, of course, this sometimes means like white supremacy, but it's evolved now, where it's not exclusive to white people. It's mainly if you're not Muslim and you can maybe join in with the gang, and we're so tolerant. We hate Muslims because they don't like women, they don't like LGBT people. Let's just ignore the fact that we don't like them either. It's just really funny to me that the far right are using this to demonize Muslims when, if we're talking about like straight up Islamists and European like fascists, you'd agree on most things because you're both religious conservatives. Because of different skin colors, it's just acceptable. And of course, you see that with how we're commemorating 1,200, you know, Israelis dead versus probably over 100,000 Palestinians dead. There's just not an equal worth to life in the UK, in the US, in Western countries. It's only about people who are either Western or white and Western. Israel fits that bill as well, where it is westernized and it has a lot of white people in it, and it is an extension of this Western chauvinist like colonialism and mindset, which leads to this apartheid and genocide, and also the woke fascism stuff. Plenty of Israelis have justified the genocide in Gaza because Hamas don't like LGBT people, therefore they must be all killed. That's the logic we're dealing with right now, and that's why the rise of Western chauvinism is so frustrating, because it weaponizes identity politics to bring about fascism, like we saw with the college campus protesters in America, where they were all being called neo-Nazis because they're against Israel. Left-wing people, including plenty of left-wing Jewish students, were being called neo-Nazis by actual fascists, and the MWIII and LAPD, who are full of fascists, they were being called that because of the weaponization of identity politics against them. America is literally bringing in fascist free speech laws under the guise of fighting anti-Semitism, and groups like the ADL don't give a shit about allying with actual anti-Semites like Elon Musk as long as he's pro-Israel. And that's what a lot of pro-Israeli supporters only care about. And it's why they support Christian Zionists in America as well. Christian Zionists who believe during Armageddon all the Jews will die, they love them because they support Israel and they love Israel for tourism. And that's why Donald Trump and his administration were so fanatical about Israel themselves, because they were full of Christian Zionists who themselves are personally anti-Semitic. Now, I saw this article a couple of weeks ago. I was going to read it in another video, but I thought I'd read it today because it perfectly encapsulates the anti-Muslim racist brain rot that has infected everyone, it seems, but it's mainly something you hear from the elites, be it people in the media or people in politics. So I I lost my dad on 9/11. Now I'm fighting terrorism as an IDF soldier in Israel. So not only did we have this insane logic back in the day during the war on terror, in that Al-Qaeda attacked New York on 9/11, therefore I'm joining the US military to go invade Iraq, governed by Saddam Hussein, who Al-Qaeda put like a hit out on. That is the logic we were dealing with then. But now it's even worse. It's like, my dad died in 9/11, so 23 years later, I'm gonna go and do a genocide in Palestine. Like, it's even more incoherent and makes less sense, but it's just pure racism. Jamie Dartenberg, Pila's father, was killed in 9/11, 6 months before she was born. Now she's determined to honor his memory by fighting the same enemy as a soldier in the IDF battling Hamas. She never knew her dad, who worked on the 86th floor of the North Tower in 9/11. I felt like I had more to give the world and to do a small part to fight terrorism. To contribute, I used his death as motivation to keep strong and keep fighting. A Central New Jersey native, Pila moved to Israel 4 years ago after graduating high school and joined the IDF a few months later. On duty in the south of Israel, she said, I lay on the ground while being shot at by the same terrorists that celebrated the murder of my dad. Now she serves as a combat soldier, always carrying a precious gold locket with her dad's picture and the inscription, Daddy's Angel. It's in my pocket right now. I've carried it through the whole army service. Motivation my whole life. I've seen what terrorism is firsthand. Terrorist groups have different names, but it's one goal. It's hate against the free world, innocent civilians. October 7th happened against Jews, but people don't understand it's against the whole world. Her dad's alma mater, University of Michigan, is now a hotbed of terrorist supporters, she said, where instead of bonding over football, the bond is over burning of American flags. It would break my dad's heart to see it. It's broken mine. If I can be the smallest part of helping someone not have to feel like what it's like to lose one to terrorism, I'll do everything. I've never felt safer than in Israel as a person, as a Jew. As crazy as it sounds, I feel safest here. Even my own friends in America don't understand, and they are protesting stuff they haven't learned. So that is the perfect encapsulation of Western chauvinism, Zionist brain rot. It's that, yeah, Muslim terrorism is bad, and they just hate the free world and hate Jews, therefore they try and kill us, and they killed my dad. Now I must do a genocide in Gaza to save people from being killed by terrorism. Like, even if we think about this, like, logically, it makes no sense. Like, you're gonna go and kill 100,000 people to stop terrorism, when everyone knows, including most people in Western militaries, that massive killings of civilians only help terror groups grow. So even if we're using that argument, it's totally insane. But again, she doesn't see Palestinians as human, like most Westerners, so she can link 9/11 to Hamas. Even though Hamas had absolutely nothing to do with 9/11, nearly everyone who did 9/11 was a Saudi, so wouldn't your war be against them if you're fighting this forever war against 9/11 terrorists or something like that? No. Again, not understanding how Western colonialism historically has created Islamist movements, Islamist insurgent groups, including Hamas as well. And yeah, if you thought invading Iraq for 9/11 was bad enough, how about participating in the worst genocide this century because your dad you never knew was killed in 9/11. So yeah, absolutely unhinged racism there, but that is just a great case study. If you want to show anyone how insane Westerners are about terrorism or about just like Muslims and stuff, send them an article where someone does that. Now I need to round up this video about the year of the genocide by talking about why this happens. So obviously, a lot of anti-Semitic accounts have flourished on social media because they say the Jews are manipulating everything, the Jews are controlling everything, and the US works for Israel, the UK works for Israel, Germany works for Israel. All these countries are actually controlled by either the Jews or by the Israeli government or something like that. And I want to debunk that notion because it's pure cope a lot of the time as well from just like liberals who support Keir Starmer or support Kamala Harris. They act like Israel is this rogue state that can't be controlled. And it's just kind of like a fact of life that Israel can't be controlled, right? There's a lot of talk about Hamas and Hezbollah being proxies for Iran, right? Israel is far more a proxy of the United States than Hamas.